don't sleep to dream, we sleep to build stamina. Energy to do our thing, get your camera. This show is about to begin, so sit down and buckle it in. Let's go!
Show me the preview.
Welcome, my friends. You know what's funny is I told everyone to tweet, and we didn't even tweet it yet.
We didn't tweet it. I could have been doing that instead of talking. Let me do that.
Hey, listen, welcome, my friends. This is Pop Culture Unleashed. My name is Brian. That is Shane. And today we are talking about a few awesome topics. The thumbnail is actually incorrect because we made the thumbnail yesterday. We put it out. And then this morning, a bunch of news came out. So we're going to push a couple of those topics because we need to talk about Star Trek Legacy. But first, we are talking about the Oscars, the Oscar nominations, Barbie, etc., etc. Star Trek Legacy. Some Carrie Lake information. Carrie Lake is a politician running for Senate. And someone leaked some audio of the deep state. And it's very interesting. Also, alien footage from our friends at Third Phase of the Moon. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a good show. I'm going to see.
You met those guys, right? In Hawaii?
Oh yeah, no, I've spent time. I spent time with those guys. They're fantastic. Got a great channel. We'll go talk more about it when we get there. But you know, I just figured our alien Bigfoot Atlantis stuff has been so interesting. Why not just like
and that's why I had billionaire bunkers on there earlier because
the Zuckerberg thing.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That is fascinating. Oh yeah, it's not just Zuckerberg. Like,
wouldn't you build a bunker if you had billions of dollars?
Well, dude, there's but 15 or so billionaires in the last 3 months have built their own personal bunkers.
They're all afraid of Trump.
Yeah, they're all. You're seeing the
He's
wrong
going to end the
preview.
world.
I just realized that.
It's like back in the 70s when everybody was building fallout shelters because of if they were afraid of nuclear war with Russia. So,
right.
I get it. It happens. But billionaires can do it. We can't.
Yeah, we can't. The rest of us. All right. Well, it's going to be a good show. The Oscars were interesting. I hope everyone else is having an awesome day. We appreciate you being here today. You are awesome folks. And on that note, we just got Kenneth the Rogue just gifted 5 Pop Culture Unleashed memberships. My dude. My guy. Thank you, Ken. Why can't I see that? Anyways, thank you very much, Ken. I appreciate it. Let's rock out here.
That's what people need because the member section is great. So if you haven't had a chance to try it, hopefully you get one of the free memberships. Otherwise, come over because we get pretty loose in the member section.
Yeah, we do. You're seeing the preview now, right?
You had what?
You're seeing the preview?
I am. Thank you. Yes. I don't know why it throws me off just looking at you talking the whole time.
I don't know why I was doing that. I don't know why I did that. It's interesting. It's funny, as many times as we do this show every week, every month, every year, weird things just still happen sometimes.
Well, could it be any weirder than what's going on with the Oscars this year?
No, and awesome segue.
Oh, thanks.
Dynamite segue, my friend.
It was time to go.
I love that. I love it.
To go there.
Absolute dynamite segue from Shane. Yes, American Ferrari can't believe her Barbie Oscar nom is real, calls Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie's snubs incredibly disappointing. So what happened? I'm reading this article you sent me. I'm trying to watch the Oscars. I don't like by the way, I'm not even sure when this year's Oscars is on. I was saying last year's Oscars and I'm like, who wants to watch this? It's so boring.
No, the Oscars have become, listen, it's number one, it's generally set up, right? And so we're going to talk a little about that. We're going to talk about the Oscar nominations because, hey, listen, we like to cover movies around here. And we're going to talk about a conspiracy theory Barbie, okay? Because that's what's going around right now is what's happening at the 2024 Oscars a conspiracy, right? Because essentially what happened is the star of the movie, Margot Robbie, and the highly acclaimed director, feminist type Greta Gerwig, they didn't get nominated, but Ryan Gosling, right? Yeah, Ryan Gosling,
right,
was nominated.
Well, and American Ferrara.
American Ferrara stuff. Let's just stay on. You're right. American Ferrara did, which is totally different narrative. But the conspiracy angle for Barbie is, wait a second. So Barbie doesn't get nominated. The director who came up with this incredible man-hating movie didn't get nominated, but the man-hating man got nominated. And now it's like this, isn't that like an allegory for what the movie was about?
Yeah.
Like the patriarchy won?
It's like,
right?
I would love to see like the voting board of the Oscars, and they all have their Make America Beach Again shirts.
Right. Well, we do know that because we did see like they came out, and the way the Oscars are voted on now, they've like really made it diverse. It's 49% women,
right?
I think 49 or 50% women, and it's a very diverse collective thing. So that means there's one of three things that happen with the situation. And we're going to talk more about the Oscars and everybody else in a second, but just specifically, let's focus in on Barbie here for a second. There's three things. There's either a conspiracy, okay, or there's the narrative, the typical narrative that all Oscar shows have,
the message,
where they have an agenda,
right,
or the reality.
Well, I think it's the DEI or whatever. Like that is also coming to bite itself in the butt. Like whenever you go too far on the diversity, inclusion, and whatever it is called, DEI, whenever you go too far that way, it starts to introduce some free radicals into the system that doesn't make any sense. And so that's when you start saying, this we had to give this nominee to this third base. We like this movie, but the secondary character had to get the nominee instead of the person who did the work.
I wish that DEI mattered. I know that's like a key word or a hot word right now, and everybody's using it.
Is that what's called DEI?
But yeah, diversity, exclusivity, whatever.
Equity. Yeah.
Equity. Yeah, diversity, equity. But that's not, listen, the Oscars have been doing DEI for decades. Okay, for a long time.
Yeah, but didn't they recently switch to where they're only going to give the nomination? This is like 2 years ago. They were like, we're only going to give the nomination to there's a certain amount of women, there's a certain amount of African American.
Yeah, that was definitely something that came out that they talked about doing. Now it hasn't been implemented. I don't think. I think it was a proposal. So that's obviously not because a white man is going to win Best Director for the Oscars. So we'll talk about that here in a second.
Yeah, good point.
So the conspiracy, of course, is that, okay, so either one, the committee intentionally left Margot Robbie off and Greta because they wanted to bring it and then put Ryan Gosling in there because they want to bring attention to the fact that, the patriarchy does control the country and we need to make people aware by snubbing them, because I got to tell you, like that's the biggest news of the last 2 days is the fact that Barbie got snubbed for the Oscars, right? It's the biggest thing running around. So there's either that where they've planned out this conspiracy where they want to get this messaging out. Okay, you got that. Or you've got the narrative because America Ferrera, who plays the mom in the Barbie movie, she was nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, I mean, if you saw the movie, America Ferrera didn't really do anything the whole movie.
Yeah.
Except she had this one speech that talked about, women being, having to be this way towards men and men treating women this way and women treating women this way. And by God, blah, 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 I'm tired. And,
blah, 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 I'm tired.
so she was obviously nominated because of that speech, that 2-3 minute monologue got her a nomination. And now that's very typical. And the reason I call it the narrative is because it's typical of the Oscars to nominate somebody in that category. Who also is nominated for the Oscars? Well, from Killers of the Flower Moon, you have the Native American girl who was in Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
And Lily Gladstone. And while she was fine in the movie, she didn't really do much acting. She was very quiet.
She quite literally laid in bed half the movie and didn't talk.
Right. But we'll talk about it. So Lily Gladstone is kind of one of those, she's a Native American woman. Holy crap. This is our opportunity, right?
And I did look it up. The rules, the 2020 set of rules for DEI does come into effect for the March 2024 Oscars. 100%.
This one coming up.
Yep, this one coming up. And
a lot of white dudes in here. I just want to tell you.
Yeah, I find that interesting too because, like, according to this, it says, To be eligible for Best Picture, the ceremony's top prize a film must meet for the two diversity standards. And they do say, either one lead or significant supporting character is from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group. And there's a lot, LGBT. It's very DEI. It's like, it literally is saying that, like, listen, like if you're a white guy that made a movie and you don't have, a 75% plus representation in your cast or crew, you can't even be nominated. You can't even be eligible for an Oscar.
So it's the cast and crew, right? So the movie has to be diverse, not necessarily the people being nominated.
Right.
There's no rule on the nominations. It's the rule is, when you went and made this movie, was it diverse in your hires? That's what they're looking at.
What's weird is now that I'm looking at this 2 or 3 years later, this one's standard A. Either one lead or significant supporting character is from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group. At least 30% of the acting ensemble is from at least 2 underrepresented group, women and LGBT. Okay, apparently women are underrepresented.
They're half of the voting body.
Yeah, okay. And the storyline centers on an underrepresented group. No wonder why he made Killers of the Flower Moon.
No, Martin Scorsese was careful about how he did it, and he tried to do it the right way. And listen, I'm not saying you should be diverse, but you should also hire the best people for the job. So if 500 Native Americans are literally the most talented and best person for any job, they should all be hired
100%
over any other ethnicity. Like if that's the case, anyways, I don't want to. Let's keep going with this. So the reality. So that's the narrative, and the Oscars have been doing this since Susan Sarandon got up there and gave her speech, and becoming this activist platform. Use the Oscars as my activist platform before there was a Twitter and a Facebook and an Instagram. Then there's the reality. Here's the reality, guys. Oscars aren't big on comedies. Let's go back and look at Oscar-nominated films and actors. How many comedies really get looked at?
They're not good on movies that popular vote that regular people are gonna really enjoy.
Right.
It's just not, man.
So it isn't considered because it isn't considered deep enough. So Barbie is nominated as Best Picture now, and it's a comedy in reality, and now it does have a deep message to it. But the simple fact that
men are bad.
It had a message. Yeah. And so I would not be surprised at all. There's an element so they said, look, we're either going to do one of two things. We're either going to put Barbie in as Best Picture, or we're going to put Greta Gerwig in as Best Director, and we're going to put Margot Robbie in as Best Actress. But we're not going to do all of it.
Right.
Okay. Because of the simple fact that it's comedy. And we don't like comedies, really.
And this is where the DEI thing comes in. They couldn't give them all, which is why you have this weird America over Margot Robbie.
No, the D. I really hate the DEI word.
No, but
the DEI word cannot be implemented. It cannot be used in every situation.
I know. I'm not. I'm saying we did this exact story 2 years ago about these upcoming Oscars. And they said they must, which means that if a movie can be given a single award, it has to be nominated in other categories for underrepresented groups, LGBT, et cetera, et cetera.
So you're saying that it can't be. Oh, so I thought we just laid the foundation that it could be. The nominations weren't required because of the casting, but who was working on the film?
Well, that's one of them
in the cast.
So they have several standards, and I read standard A. But then you also have standard B, where the film must meet, one of these criteria is standard B. At least 2 creative leaders, department heads, et cetera, must be from underrepresented group, LGBT, blah, blah, blah. That's
not actors.
Right.
That's director, writer, photography. It's all of the things.
There's a lot to this. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Yeah. But yes, if an actor is going to get a nom, right? If she or he is up for the role.
Yeah. Then you don't have to be diverse.
No, you don't have to be a specific anything.
Right.
But your film has to be
creation of film. Right. And I think we established that already.
So on that same note, and there's a lot more here. Imagine if they go, well, we want to give this to Ryan, so we can't give it to Margot.
okay, maybe that's how they looked at it. Or I mean, listen, anybody who watched the movie knows that Ryan's performance was better than Margot's.
Yeah,
Margot was the best
true.
Barbie you could ever have.
100%. Yeah,
definitely she was Barbie, but he stole the movie.
yeah, he did.
He literally, I mean,
did.
which was kind of what it was about. The patrarchy stole everything.
Yeah,
But
he
Ryan
took over
stole
Barbie
the
Land in
movie.
like 3 hours.
So
Which was so funny.
I know.
This anti-man movie that's supposed to show how men are bad and women. Well, I'm not gonna get into it. But the guy comes, learns some stuff, immediately goes to Barbie Land, takes over Barbie Land in record time, and all the Barbies are like, "This is better."
Right.
And then American Ferrera shows up, the hyper liberal feminist, third wave feminist chick, and convinces them that it's not better. And you're like, wait, what is the message of this movie? Because I'm feeling like Ryan Gosling knows what he's doing here. I'm really on the side of Ken right now.
yeah, it was all right. And so he stole this. And so like, I don't think they could sit around in a circle, all these people who put in the stuff, and not say Ryan Gosling needs to be nominated.
Ryan did.
Now here's the other thing. In the Best Actress category, Lily Gladstone from Killers of the Flower Moon is going to win that award. What happens if you put Lily Gladstone up there and then you throw in Margot Robbie,
the white lady?
No, that's what I'm saying. You throw her in. Now you've got a controversy because didn't Margot Robbie deserve it because she brought this messaging to the world?
Right.
So now you're like, well, maybe we shouldn't even put her in there because now we're how many of these messages should we put in for Best Actress? I'm sorry, Emma Stone, you're screwed. Poor Things was the best movie for Best Actress that's up there, but you're a redhead and you're not going to get the
Yeah.
award.
You know, you're so right, bro. And it's so funny because when I saw Poor Things, I'm like, wow, this is actually like high acting by Emma Stone.
She was really good.
I never thought Emma Stone was going to be like, I thought she was going to be the next, chick from American Pie. I never thought she was going to be an actual actress. And I'm watching the movie and I'm like, damn, this movie is actually way better than I thought it was going to be. And she is an actor, like a real actor. It is very good. Dude, listen, you're screwed. You're a white chick with red hair. That is the most hated class of people in Hollywood. Yeah. There's no way you succeed.
She's definitely a unicorn.
You need to dye your hair like blonde immediately.
Yeah.
And just never go back.
So the Best Actress, so everybody in the Best Actress category, you've got Annette Bening in Nyad. Annette Bening's great actress.
Never saw it.
You got Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon. Sandra Huller for Anatomy of a Fall, which I did not see. You've got Carey Mulligan in Maestro, which was actually a pretty good performance, and Emma Stone in Poor Things, which was by far the best performance on this list.
100%.
Lily Gladstone will win, okay, because she's Native American and not because the best person. And that's part of the problem is I mean, it's good that you have a Native American actress who breaks in, but she doesn't deserve to win. I'm not even sure. Honestly, she wasn't better than Margot Robbie.
No, she wasn't.
Barbie. She wasn't.
No, she
But
wasn't.
she's on the list because that's the way the Academy Awards work. So honestly, who knows exactly why Barbie was either snubbed or they're just doubling down on the narrative with America Ferrera. Okay, we checked the box with Barbie. Barbie's not going to win Best Picture. Right? Barbie's not going to win Best Picture. Okay, because it's up against Oppenheimer, which, okay, let's just end it there. I mean, you've got Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Maestro, The Holdovers, Barbie, American Fiction, Past Lives, Poor Things, good movie. But let's be clear here. Oppenheimer is going to effing destroy the Oscars, and it will be on stage to take that prize.
Yeah, and
so they know Barbie's not going to win there, right?
Right.
Okay. So now, but you've got the Best Supporting Actress. Oh, yes. Okay. Now let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, who did a great job, but she just wasn't in the movie that much.
I forgot she was in the movie.
Right. She was the wife of Oppenheimer.
Right.
But she just wasn't in it that much. I mean, Emily Blunt's awesome, like in everything.
Yeah, I like Emily Blunt. Yeah.
But she just wasn't in it. Now you've got Danielle Brooks from The Color Purple. You've got Divine Joy Randolph from The Holdovers, who actually had a pretty good performance, but I think she fell off as like supporting actress in that movie. She was like really like a third wheel.
By the way,
But
I hated
good
every
role.
single movie on this list except for maybe Poor Things.
Holdovers was great, bro.
I couldn't get into it.
The Holdovers was great. Oh, I understand. Jodie Foster from Naiad. Now there's a sleeper. Okay, Jodie Foster, the sleeper. It's been a while for her. But you got America Ferrera from Barbie. Now they knew when they put all this up, okay, America Ferrera is going to win. Mark my words, America Ferrera is going to win Best Supporting Actress for Barbie. Why? Because it's part of the narrative.
Because America
Barbie
Ferrera
is going to win. Barbie's going to win something, and they're going to win for Best Supporting Actress because nobody else here blew anything away in their movies.
Right. Yeah, I guarantee all the white guys on this list, they're not all of them, but most of them are not going to get the little statue.
Right. And now here's another one for you. Best Supporting Actor, right? Ryan Gosling, Barbie. He came out saying it's a shame. You know, these Hollywood types that we spend time with, it really drives me crazy because they say things in private that they would never say in public. And I get it. You got to play the game. But when you see these tweets and these things where Ryan Gosling is like upset because Margot Robbie didn't get nominated and Greta Gerwig didn't get nominated, and it's a shame because they brought this blah blah blah, and then you got the Simu Leo came out.
That's some of his best acting, by the way, because he doesn't give a shit about that.
But yeah, right. It came out, same thing. Oh my God, this is just ridiculous, right? Because that's what Hollywood types are supposed to do is be outraged.
Hashtag Oscars so white. Wait a minute.
Right. Yeah, I know, right? So Ryan Gosling is up against Robert Downey Jr. and Oppenheimer, Robert De Niro and Killers of the Flower Moon. Let me tell you something. Ryan, there was your nod. You got nommed, bro. Good job. Robert Downey Jr. is going to take this. Guess who has not won an Oscar ever? Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer will win the Oscar, and it's already been determined. Okay, it's already been determined. So Ryan got the nod, but he's not going to get the win. America Ferrera will get the win for Barbie, and all things will be normalized. Now the world is good again. Barbie got the win because of a message and because of a speech about the patriarchy. And so now everything's okay. Right?
Yeah, it's funny. You still see these tweets where it's like hashtag Oscars so white. And then you're like, you guys looking at the list of nominations, right?
Well, is that still coming out? Oscars so white?
Yeah.
Well, tell me what non-white, I'm assuming they mean white women and white men. Tell me what non-white actors deserve Oscars this year.
I mean, it's obviously it's subjective. How does the Oscars even? How are they chosen? Like how? It's a good it's not like a poll. It's not a vote, right?
No. It is a vote. No, it's a vote.
It's a private vote amongst the Academy members, right?
Yeah. So there's a big vote, and what happens is honestly, in order to get an Oscar run, it's expensive. So these studios have to decide what things they want to do an Oscar run, and they have to submit themselves to this race essentially, and then they have to get backed up by these different factions in Hollywood in order to even have a chance at an Oscar. I mean, think about it. Godzilla -1, the best movie of 2023, should be on here, right?
Yeah, but who are you going to give the Oscar to? Godzilla?
What's that?
Who are you going to give the Oscar to? Godzilla?
The guy who made the movie, bro.
Maybe the director, but after the director, the only star of the show was still Godzilla. No offense to the
not true.
actors.
That's
Come
absolutely not true.
Come
Listen, just because it's in subtitles, don't mean that those Japanese actors didn't kick ass. That was some of the best acting. I'm telling you, of the best acting in all movies this year.
Every scene,
just because it wasn't in your language,
I was just waiting to see Godzilla every single minute of the film.
Of course, it's about Godzilla, but the story about the families being broken apart and the torment that they were going under. I mean, come on, dude, that's got to mean something. It just wasn't in English.
Yeah,
and the reason why it didn't make the list is guess why? For the same reason that comedies don't get selected, because neither do monster movies.
I gotta tell you though, if the Oscars wanted to be truly diverse and inclusion, Chappie's right. You should give it to Godzilla. He's the most diverse actor. There's only one of them. There's only one Godzilla in the whole world.
Well, they're all Japanese. No, the whole cast is Japanese. So literally, it's the most diverse.
But the movie actually is the least diverse because it's all one race. It's all Japanese. There's not a single other race. They're just Japanese.
I think Godzilla -1 got something. Yes, it did. Best visual effects, Godzilla -1.
Yeah, best visual effects, and it cost like 30 grand.
Wow, I don't know how he did it, but he's going. Godzilla -1 should win this. It should win this because they're going to understand like it's being snubbed big time. The creator, which had great visual effects actually, is on here, even though the movie wasn't that great. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Yeah, you do that every time. I mean, good visual effects. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Sorry, dude, you lost.
Yeah.
Napoleon. Sorry, you lost.
Oh, Napoleon's going to sweep. No way. It's
No, you know, unfortunately, Joaquin Phoenix isn't even nominated. He isn't even nominated
I'm telling
because
you guys.
Napoleon, the character of like Napoleon, the person, was a real dipshit. It was a real asshole. So he didn't come across well on stage.
Yeah, we told you guys that, like, I remember when we reviewed Oppenheimer, and like Shane is all about those boring period piece movies. No offense, I'm not trying, but Shane loves that, like, as smart and boring as possible. And I'm sitting there just
boring. I mean, smart and deep.
To me, it's just a lot of it's just very boring, and the pacing's bad. But finishing my point, I remember when I watched this, and Shane and I talked afterwards. Shane was like, "It wasn't a good movie." I'm like, "Oh my god, thank God!" I was like, "Because I'm gonna go on the show tomorrow. I'm gonna be like, I don't know how you watch this. I don't know how you keep this going." But it wasn't a good movie. And that was like the third movie in a row. It was like went from like Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Napoleon. I'm like, come on.
This is my year for movies.
It wasn't really your year for movies.
Yeah. So Oppenheimer led the race. They got 13 nominations for Oppenheimer. The Emma Stone's Poor Things earned 11. Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon got 10 nominations. And Barbie actually scored 8. So I do expect them to win. I do expect Barbie to also win. So I think Barbie's going to. So I think let's go through the categories. Best Picture. We went through all of them. Oppenheimer should win that one.
Yeah.
Best Actress. I think Lily Gladstone's going to win because they just can't help themselves.
Yeah, sure.
Best Actor, I think you got Cillian Murphy from Oppenheimer is probably going to wrap that up. Best Supporting Actress, I think you've got America Ferrera from
America
Barbie.
Ferrera for sure.
Win. Yeah, and Best Supporting Actress is Robert Downey Jr. Best Director is going to go to Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, and the rest of them, I don't think any of us really care about.
No one cares.
So,
yeah.
Oh, Best Original Song, I'm Just Ken from Barbie, and What Was I Made For? Barbie. And a lot of people were complaining. I've never even heard of the Killers of the Flower Moon, Waza Waza He, Song for My People. So that one could win.
Oh, I didn't realize the Fire Inside from that Flaming Hot movie.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that movie was up for Oscar. The Flaming Hot movie was actually really good.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, it's okay. It's a true story about the creator of the Flaming Hots and his story. Like basically when he was born, how he came.
So there was a story for that,
and it was directed by Eva Longoria, and it's really good. I didn't think I would like
story, but I haven't seen the movie.
It's really good. It's all about like the culture back then and what it took for him to make it. Acting's phenomenal, fantastic. Tony Shalhoub's in it. He's great.
Okay,
great movie. I'm surprised that you know what they didn't run a good campaign. That's why they only got that one song, I guess. Huh?
Probably. Best production design. We'd have to mention that I think Barbie should win that. It was by far one of the best designs of all the movies this year. So yeah, Barbie get 2 wins, I think.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for this topic. We do have some super chats about this topic, so let's talk about them right now. And again, we appreciate you guys' support. Every super chat, every membership, it goes to keeping this show on the air. Because
you have no idea.
We are constantly teetering on the edge of
no idea
of the precipice of cancellation. Michael Nemo for $5. Can we just be grateful that the uber pretentious Napoleon didn't just sweep the nominations? Yes.
What is? Oh, can we be grateful? Yes, thank God, right? Because it's not worthy, and at least the Academy saw that. None of nobody or anything. The battle scenes were really good, but I don't think there's an award for best battle scene. So.
I completely agree. Michael Nemo for $2. Past Lives was robbed for every category, in my opinion.
they're going to get screwed the whole night through. Unfortunately,
I didn't watch Past Lives. Was it good?
Yeah, pretty good movie. Yeah.
Another one from my good name. Should an actor and actress be combined?
I know that's tongue in cheek, sir, but yeah. So at what point? Of course, they're not going to do that because in Hollywood, everybody wants their kudos, right? Now, if they're sticking by their guns, right, men and women, what's the difference?
Well,
right, that's the way it works in Hollywood.
We have literally been told not to say actress, but to say actor. In reference to people,
we have been told that, but I noticed doing my research actually for our documentary coming out, it's now switched back to actress and actor.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they now, and it makes sense. I mean, to identify somebody, I don't know, unless they're transgender, then I don't know what the hell you call them.
Act X.
Well, we see what you did there, Michael Nemo. We see what you did there. Also, Chappie member for 2 months scalped the movie. That would be all the Native Americans. Have you ever actually seen like a scalping? Like, have you seen a movie where they scalp somebody? That must have been the most freaking painful thing.
I have not seen a movie where they scalp people. No.
Yeah, I've seen it. Which movie was it? Where was it? The one with Leonardo DiCaprio? What's that one where The Revenant? I think they show scalping.
I think they did show scalping in that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Can you tell me what is this this clip from Rizhov you sent me? Is that about Carrie Lake?
The clip I sent you about? Oh no, that is like somebody confronting
Haley, right?
Haley.
Okay,
over how much money she put in. I thought you should see that. Maybe we'll play it later.
Okay. All right.
And one more. You're on Falth gifted 1 Pop Culture Unleashed
thank
membership.
you, Elon.
Thank you so much, you're on. And it went to Will Smith. So hopefully you see you in the membership.
Cool. Yeah, welcome. All right. Next up is Star Trek Legacy.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is interesting. I feel like we get a Star Trek Legacy article, news report, some kind of message, some kind of tweet or whatever, like every couple weeks from from creator, from Patrick Stewart, from whoever, right, from actors, people that is important, that had some kind of connection to it. Every couple weeks, it's almost like they're like keeping the fires stoked a little bit, like they're just keeping the heat on so that the water doesn't go cold. Because every couple weeks you get like the similar story about Legacy or a similar story about Orville season 4, and it's pretty much there's no information there, not really, and it's just sort of like keeping the hype alive, not actually intense, but like just keeping it there, hanging on the edge.
Michelle Hurd, yeah, I agree with you. Michelle Hurd has given away my suspicions in this article. And the reason why I really wanted this article by trekmovie.com is because what Michelle Hurd says here confirms what I've been suspicious about the entire time. Do you remember at the Picard IMAX showing of the final 2 episodes?
I do.
At the end when they did the discussion and Terry cut off the speaker who was talking about 7 of 9 doing more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Terry's been a little different. He's very up on Star Trek Legacy, but I believe that Alex Kurtzman told him, this is what I believe based on, and we'll look at this here. I believe Alex Kurtzman told him, just be patient. Just wait.
Mm-hmm.
And I think because Terry was very vocal about this, very vocal, and then zip after Picard was done. When it was and it was deemed a huge success, Picard season 3, by all accounts, Kurtzman, everybody involved in Star Trek, is season 3 was a huge success.
Mm-hmm.
Terry stopped talking about it, other than, I really want to do Legacy. We're not doing nothing. I really want to do it. I think what happened was Alex Kurtzman said, be patient, stop talking about it.
Right.
And the reason why I believe that is because of what Michelle, I mean, a lot of things have led us to this, but Michelle Hurd doubles down on it. And let me tell you something about Michelle Hurd. A lot of people don't like Rafi. Some people like Rafi. But one thing I will tell you Michelle Hurd is because she is a woman of color, because she is an activist in the community. She was one of the leaders during the strike, during the actors' strike. for all representation in Hollywood. And she takes a leadership role in charge on the set during her Star Trek time. Like she's a rally up the troops. She's like a leader. Okay. And she knows shit. I'm telling you right now, this woman knows stuff. We met her actually at the premiere.
God, she's so damn tall.
Very super tall, really nice woman.
Yeah, very nice and intimidatingly tall. Like I was like, oh,
she was my height. She was my height. She was my height for sure, but she had heels on. So
that's true. Yeah, she was very nice though. She gave me a hug. Like in a world in Hollywood where everyone's like, put your mask on, put your mask on. She was very, very sweet.
Yeah, no, really, actually, I think, beyond the character and, making her a lesbian with 7, I think that really hurt Rafi. But overall, here's what I can tell you is that she's a leader, and she's like into the future leadership of Hollywood, and she knows stuff, and she's like totally tied into this. Okay. Here's what she said in an interview. She says, "I love Rafi. She's my favorite character. We have hands, fingers, everything's crossed for Star Trek Legacy. I know that right now they're working on Section 31 for Michelle Yeoh, and they're going to do Starfleet Academy. That's going to be a series. And if the fans still want it, they'll start working on Star Trek Legacy." Let me say that again. If the fans still want it, they'll start working on Star Trek Legacy.
Fascinating.
She has power, guys. Let me tell you something about Michelle Hurd. She has power. Okay. And she's not afraid to be verbal. I would not be surprised if she's had conversations with people behind the scenes about her future in Star Trek, because they want, you got to remember, all these Hollywood studios, they want women of color specifically in their stuff. They want Michelle Hurd. Michelle Hurd's a hot commodity. Okay. And we know from talking to certain people that there was no way they were getting rid of her going into Picard season 3. They got rid of a lot of people, almost everybody else from the first 2 seasons of Picard, except for her and Jerry Ryan. And they said they were not getting rid of Michelle Hurd under any circumstances. Okay. She knows stuff. The fact that she's saying that. Now, here's the other thing. I usually get upset because when they say, if the fans want it, they'll make it. Okay. I fucking hate hearing that. And I apologize. I said I wasn't going to cuss as much anymore. I need to really control myself.
Yeah.
I really
filthy
hate
mouth
when they say this stuff, because us fans are screaming for it. We are screaming for it.
If the fans really want it. Are you kidding me, dude?
No, I'm just saying. So it frustrates me. But in this case, what she's saying is, listen very careful here. Section 31, Starfleet Academy. If the fans still want it, they'll be working on Star Trek Legacy, which means if you don't watch Section 31 and you don't watch Starfleet Academy, there is no Star Trek Legacy. Are you reading between the lines what I'm reading?
I know what you're saying.
If there is no Section 30, if you don't show up to watch that and you don't show up to watch Starfleet Academy, there's not going to be a Star Trek Legacy.
No, then they're going to be really disappointed, because I feel like a lot of people aren't watching that, man.
Right. So yeah, and hopefully, and I wish that the studios were smart enough to understand it. And from a monetarily point of view, I get it. Like, if people don't watch Section 31, which I do think people might show up for the Section 31 movie to watch Michelle Yeoh. Michelle Yeoh is great. She was the best thing from Star Trek Discovery, by far the best character. I do see people showing up to see that. I don't see them showing up to watch Starfleet Academy. And so if the studio was smart, what they would have done is, let's do Section 31 movie with Michelle Yeoh. And instead of Starfleet Academy, let's do Star Trek Legacy, because that's what the fans want. Why are they not doing Star Trek Legacy? Because Alex Kurtzman has a hard-on for Starfleet Academy. The man has been wanting to do Starfleet Academy for years. Okay, they've been talking ever since they were back making the Star Trek 09 movies. He was like, Starfleet Academy. They tried to make Starfleet Academy into a movie, and he shot that down so that he could have it as a series.
Right.
He's really hard up for this. He really, really wants it. So he's being stubborn is the reason why we're not getting it. And I got to give a huge shout out to trekmovie.com because as they go into this article, they shout out our petition that we started for Star Trek Legacy. And it says here, as for the fans making a difference, and this is our point, campaigns for Star Trek are built into franchise history going back to Star Trek, the original series, right? the letter mail-in writing campaign. Last year, a petition calling for Legacy would have been cool if you gave us credit, but okay, you didn't. But it's here. It's linked. Last year, a petition calling for Star Trek Legacy garnered almost 64,000 signatures. Okay. That is the one that we started, and we can show you. I don't know if you want to show them where it is here. I'm sure all of you guys have signed it.
Oh, yeah. Did they link to it?
Yeah, they did. They linked to it.
Okay.
We went back and forth with TrekMovie.com. They wanted us to change it.
Oh, yeah. They're the ones that wanted us to change it. That's right. They were like, well, listen, we're going to take off with Terry Metalis.
Yeah.
And take Terry Metalis out of the description. And you know what I did? I was like, cool. We're going to add more Terry Metalis.
Well, I was honest with him. I said, look, I mean, it doesn't work without Terry Metalis. I don't care. Because, and I get Trek movies' point. Like, their point is like, look, we just wanted them to keep making Star Trek and good Star Trek. And I said, you're 100% right. I don't think they are capable of making good Star Trek without Terry Metalis. So therefore, Terry Metalis has to be on this right here. So the same way Stargate should be made with Brad Wright, but that's a story for another day.
That's a story for a different day. And we had the meeting yesterday, just so you know.
Yeah. So Star Trek Legacy is going to be connected to a couple of different things. And I'm going to give you your thoughts here, Brian. I'll wrap up my thoughts. Star Trek Legacy is going to be wrapped into a couple of things. If people watch those other shows and it's still making money, then they'll make Star Trek Legacy. If those shows fail severely and the studio is desperate for a Star Trek win, they will grasp the straws for Star Trek Legacy if they can afford to make it. That's the two ways it's going to go. Is it tremendous failure or tremendous success or tremendous failure? If you get this middle of the road bullshit, we won't see Star Trek Legacy. So it needs New Trek. And the problem is New Trek's not going to be, I doubt it will be highly successful. And unless we get shocked by Starfleet Academy, which means imminent failure could bring on Legacy if they're desperate enough for a Star Trek franchise they know will bring in people to view. What do you think, Brian?
No, yeah, I think that I see this as a veiled threat.
It seems like it, right?
They're like, you know what? Listen, if the fans want it, you want it? Yeah. Better take the slop then. You got to eat your vegetables if you want the dessert. You got to eat the Brussels sprouts. Not that it's good for us, but yeah, I think this is more like when they say that, they're saying if Star Trek is still popular enough for the studio to continue funding, and the rub is the guy in charge is determined to make Section 31 and Starfleet Academy, and most fans don't want it. And even fans of Discovery don't want it. There was a poll, and I desperately tried to find it for this clip, for this show. And he was on Star Trek, r/Star Trek, the big Star Trek subreddit, the one where we can't even post anymore. They have
we're not welcome.
We're not welcome. The two lifelong Star Trek fans with
and Star Trek experts.
Yeah, it was 700 million views about the topic. Right. We've watched and rewatched every single episode for the last decade. Shane has literally written several books on the topic.
Not welcome.
And we are not welcome. They said, you are not welcome here, sir.
Literally, we don't want your kind here.
We don't want your kind here. We're like, what the? But then I just find it so crazy. Like, and it's not just us. They also don't want Robert Meyer Burnett. But like, for some reason, like people that are actual,
your kind.
Yeah. I guess it's our kind. Yeah. People are actual experts on the topic and massive, huge fans are just not allowed. But I'm on this giant subreddit with all these blue-haired people. And you think they'd be all about a Starfleet Academy, like a Star Trek show that completely drops the premise of being science fiction and just becomes a super inclusive, dramatic CW show. Bro, on that poll, it was under 20% wanted to watch it. And that's their audience. That's their audience.
Because Star Trek fans are going to Star Trek. Am I right?
Right.
When you love the original series, you said, screw this next generation. right? When Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise, well, actually, when those were over, people said screw Enterprise, right? And then when Discovery came out, they said screw. That's the way Star Trek fans are. They love their captains, and the people who love Star Trek Discovery, they don't want it to end, and it's ending because Star Trek Academy is going to be birthed.
Yeah, so what's funny is that the best received show so far from existing fans, coincidentally, has been Lower Decks.
That's because
I think
yeah,
for a lot of people they can enjoy it and not feel like it matters.
It has a lot of the old connection to it. It has a lot of good Easter eggs, and it's silly, and nobody has to take it serious.
Right.
So that's yeah.
So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this? Is Amber Heard? What's she saying here? I'm sorry, Amber. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Michelle. He didn't mean that.
Heard.
Holy crap! How could you insult her with Amber Heard?
I actually think Michelle Heard's way better actor and more attractive than Amber. I apologize. But listen,
Amber's got
what Michelle Heard what Michelle Heard here said.
Wait,
did you think? Are you taking it as better watch the new Star Trek coming up if you want Legacy? Or is it just them keeping the the waters warm in case they end up jumping back in the pool? Let us know.
I think she knows something. I think her and Terry. I think they all know something. They all do. I think they were promised something. Not meaning that Kurtzman has to deliver, but I think he wanted them to stop talking about it, in so much, and so he got them to be quiet by saying, "Well, if you shut up, maybe we'll do it someday."
Yeah, maybe if you shut up.
Well, because it was becoming, look, we were really whipping up the fandom. I mean, like that was and not just us, all the crazy fans who love Picard season 3 were like, Legacy. I mean, I think there's a chant started at the IMAX, Legacy, right? I mean, like
there was a chant. I thought that was awesome.
Was there
and when if you recall, who said Star Trek Legacy? It wasn't me, guys. It was actually Shane.
It was me.
Shane's the one who was like, we need Star Trek Legacy.
Yes, I did come up with it. Well, it was during a conversation I don't think I can share, but
we can't. Yeah. I'm not saying,
but I'm not to say it was my idea that call it Star Trek Legacy. Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
No, it definitely. I was there.
I shut up. I know. I'm trying to. The credit needs to go to someone else, man.
Whatever. That's a cool term. And so I remember sitting there with we were sitting next to R&B, and when they were like, Legacy, I'm like, all right, this guys, I'm liking this. This is working for me. Yeah. All right. So moving on to the next topic then. Ready?
Man, a Star Trek story didn't get any, didn't move any super chats. I'm shocked. You guys had nothing about okay, all right, move on.
No, nobody cares, bro. I'm telling you.
You guys don't care about Legacy anymore. You know what? They're like, it's never gonna happen. That's the problem with the fans. Like when something doesn't happen right away, you get tired of it.
By the way, we missed this. Adam Leader gifted 5 pop culture memberships. Thank you, Adam.
Go, Adam.
You're the man, dude. I appreciate it.
That's what I'm talking about. This, the gifted memberships are actually a big deal. Like because that's way more important than super chats, in my opinion. Yeah. Thank you so much, Adam. And all right, what else are we talking about next?
Yeah, well, so I'll lead into this with this. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me do better. I could do better. Let me lead into this next topic with a question.
Oh.
Regardless of what political persuasion you decide to identify as, do or are you aware that your ruling class is really on the same team? Are you aware of how corrupt they are? Do you think that an R or a D next to your name actually means anything to the upper elites? Or is it just a way to control the population? Because if we're fighting each other, we're not paying attention to them. Because we got some Kerry Lake footage that just dropped. And just to preface this, This is not a criticism of people that are Republican or Democrat. This is a actual leak, and this is a criticism of.
Can I say this before you put it out? Do we know it's accurate? Do we know it's not bullshit AI? And this is where I get worried about AI.
It's a great question.
You know, we don't know if it's real, but
So it's
definitely being put out as being real.
Yeah, it's being shown as being real. We don't know. Yeah, I guess you're right. Like there's the disclaimer here. I guess it's possible this is AI or whatever.
Because you don't see the people. It's just voices.
Yeah, it sounds like someone, from my perspective, it sounds like Carrie Lake was meeting someone and she turned her phone on, in her purse or something.
That's what it seems to me. Or, yeah, was it an in-person meeting or were they on the phone?
It sounds like an in-person meeting.
I can't tell. And
yeah,
so
it's hard.
But what you're about to hear is definitely like, yeah, we already figured that was the case.
Right. So listen to this and listen to what you guys think. No, it's muted. Sorry.
This is. So what's going on? What is? I'm assuming this is our friend.
This is back east.
Okay, just to stop breaking here. It's not over the phone. This is 100% in person.
Oh, so it's in person.
Yeah,
Okay.
because there's no compression. It's more like it's like echo because he's farther away than the source than she is. So she or someone around her has a recording device on their person, and he's talking.
He sounds nervous too. Now it's important that we understand who is this person that she's talking to. Isn't it the Republican representative for Arizona?
Yeah, it's the
guy in charge.
Yeah. And by the way, just so you know, he's a Republican and so is she. So they're both Republicans. So
right.
And what's happening is Democrats will grab this and be like, you see those corrupt Republicans. And then when it's on the other foot, the Democrats will ignore it, and the Republicans will be like, see the corrupt Democrats. The real issue here is that this is happening across the board, and we need to start paying attention to that.
Right.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
There are very powerful people that want to keep you out.
I know they do.
But they're willing to put their money where their mouth is in a big way. So, this conversation never happened.
This is crazy, though.
This conversation never happened.
I'm a great candidate. People love me. These people are corrupt.
Well, maybe you're right.
They are right. They are corrupt.
Maybe. This never happened. Don't go. Do me a favor, though. I don't get myself in trouble. This, if you say no, which is fine, it's your choice. Don't tell people.
They're gonna try to have me murdered.
Dude, he even said like if you say no, don't tell. Dude, this is honestly terrifying. And what makes it worse is that this was put up on YouTube and immediately removed. Immediately removed. Of course. And no one knows why. No answer given. Just removed.
Well, if you don't think politicians have access to the inner workings of all of our social media except for Twitter, then, I got some land to sell you, and it's beachfront property in Arizona, man.
Yeah, which is another reason why we keep breaking in here instead of showing the whole thing. We'll put the link in because, if we play the entire thing in its entirety, then this entire stream will be gone before we even get started. For copyright reasons.
That stuff that came out last week is right about the cartel stuff. They said the cartel's operating in 50 states right now, like all 50. You know?
This guy said the cartel is operating in all 50 states.
If this is real, it is so disturbing. It's a 5-minute clip. Dude, wait till you get further into it. It's just frightening.
Okay, here we go.
So
what's going on? Who is it? What?
Forget the who. Let me just tell you the what. Let's just say there are people calling around saying, gosh, no, they can't repeat this. Never repeat this. If you say no, don't, because I got offered to buy out. Don't use it. Because then we lose our ability to get things done in the future.
Here's my problem. Rather than just say, let's work with her, she's a great candidate. Because they don't own me. And it pisses me off.
Yeah, I don't know it's about ownership.
It's about control.
I don't know it's about control. It's about being on the team. I guess that's.
Oh, it's
They
about
wanna be
being on
on
the
the
team. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
It's not about ownership. It's about
do what you want me to do.
being on the team. You're like, guy sounds like a sleazeball, to be honest.
Basically, I mean, it's truth. They want all their politicians to do what their agenda is, period. If you're going to be a Republican, then you better do what we want you to do.
Right.
They want you to be on their team.
But
Just team. You know?
But if they're pushing a globalist agenda, I can't do that. So what do they want? What do they want me to do?
They want you to stay out for 2 years.
They want her to stay out for 2 years.
I'll tell you what I can offer you. But I said you can do whatever she wants.
So why would they want her to stay out for 2 years?
So
They want someone else in there.
Why?
It's probably for some kind of vote or law coming up or something that where it's they want someone they control in there first.
They want someone they can control. That's all it is. And asking her to stay out for 2 years is essentially pushing her further down the line. That's all it is. They don't want her there at all. Saying 2 years is just a carrot to say, well, you can run again in 2 years. But ultimately, it's so they can have somebody control. This is frightening shit. This is frightening stuff that happens in our government.
Also, Drew D says something here. And 2 years later, her stardom will be gone, which means will make her less powerful. This is very true.
Exactly.
She's so pretty. It's crazy to me. All right.
I don't know how you see that.
Carrie Lake is gorgeous. You're crazy.
It's kind of funny.
Okay,
So the
after
ask I got
an
today
age check on Carrie Lake.
100%.
from back east was, this is, it has to stay between us. Is there any companies out there or something that could just put her on the payroll and give her, to keep her out?
The ask I got from back east. Did you see that?
Yeah, from back east. It
east.
sounds like one of those old like mobster movies. Like, listen, the boys from back east want to know what you're doing with the till, boss. You're like,
well, or how about the mafia saying the boss is back east, right?
Right. It's always the back east guys. You're right.
Who do you think is back east? What Republicans do we think are back east that are? These are swamp people. These are the swamp.
Yeah, I don't think these are just Republicans though. I think there are many people on this team.
That gets into the controversy thing. I think it's Republican Party.
I don't think it's controversial at all to believe these people are working together. I don't think there's two parties. I think that the very top is one party, uniparty.
That's conspiracy theory shit. That is not true.
You don't think these guys are greasing each other's palms? How do you think these massive 5,000 page deals just get greenlit instantly, but an 8-page deal is ignored for 3 years?
Well, it's because people are getting what they want. Now, in Congress, you're right. There's some of that give and take, but there's not somebody going, okay, you run the country for 4 years. Now we'll run the country.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
they're not working together.
No, I'm saying they're always working together. It's not like you run the country for 4 years. I think that they're always like most of these people are always just working for themselves. And so they make deals with each other constantly at the expense of the American people. They don't care about us.
But Congress has to make deals. That's the problem right now with the reason why the government doesn't work is because they made it so they tied all of these laws into multiple, like you got multiple things happening in one document that they vote on. So you got some things they want, some they don't. So then nothing ends up happening instead of taking each thing for its face value and voting on it. So they have these give and takes. Okay, you'll get your 4 if I get my 4. So yeah, there's that going on, but I don't think there's somebody at the top going, okay, this is your next president. That's your next president.
I don't know about all that, but I do know that I believe it's way more than what you just said. It's not just them working together because of bills. I think that a lot of these people put on the fake talking points around their election time. And once they get in there, they go right back to working with the other side like it's no big deal.
Well, the number one goal is to become reelected. That's it. Right. Doesn't matter what laws you pass, what you do. Initially, they're idealists, but ultimately staying in power is the way you make more money. So yeah, they want to stay in power, but guess what? Republicans want more Republicans in power than Democrats. So if you think they're working together so that they can all stay up there, no, the Republicans are working together to keep all the Republicans up there, and all the Democrats are working to keep all the Democrats.
Yeah, that's why every couple of years, let's have another Senate to talk about Facebook censorship. Like, can you stop, guys? Stop.
Yeah, like, this is not the way the system was created.
Pass something or not, but like stop having these stupid bullshit hearings and Senate hearings that are just so that you can get a talking point out that will end up on TikTok. Stop doing that.
Right. Yeah, and unfortunately, that's what's broken about the government. All right, let's keep on.
Well, what are you willing to do? Like, whatever we need to do.
This is about defeating Trump. And I think that's a bad, bad thing for our country. DeSantis is not America First. This is about the final death blow to Trump. And I don't think that's good for our country.
And you know I love Trump. I love Trump.
It's not good for our country, Jeff.
And there you go.
It's not.
Am I pause it?
It's all about Trump, man. So if this is right, they're saying what she's saying is the establishment is trying to basically make sure Trump doesn't win. That's why everybody's supporting Nikki Haley. And that's why they want Carrie Lake out, because she is a Trump supporter. So the inner workings of the Republican Party are trying to make sure Trump doesn't get elected.
Right. Yeah. And she's not just a Trump supporter. She's pretty high on the list of potential VPs.
Right.
At the same time, I'm not even sure Trump can win again. I don't know that he can win again. I think what it really comes down to for a lot of people, it's not really about like control or agenda. It's just about.
Did you hear that? It's not. He goes, it's not good for our country. But at the same time, it's going to make us a whole lot of money. And we're going to stay in power for a long time. Yeah, sure. Our kids are going to suffer and grandkids, but screw those guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right now, we're going to get to go to Disney World.
It's not my problem. It's about the ability to raise money and win. Damn, bro. Are you a super
The
villain?
ability to raise money to win.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they're super
Super
villains.
villains. You become a super villain.
Yeah. You either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain.
There just aren't enough people who aren't selfish. Like selfish people are so I don't even get into the depth of it, but people who become politicians are, I think, inherently a little self-centered. This just exacerbates the situation when they get power.
Yeah, I think you have to have a little bit of narcissism to want to be like
You do.
a politician. And this is why I fully embrace Shane 3 just taking over the entire world. We need a benevolent overlord AI that doesn't care about anything but advancing and preserving the human race.
Stop talking about that. No. It's terrible. Don't do that. What we should do is elect the person who
I'm not
doesn't
talking
want to be
about
president.
it. I'm doing it.
Listen. In all seriousness, what we need to do is elect the person who doesn't want to be president.
Right.
So there should be a poll that goes out there and find the person in this country who's qualified the most, but least wants to be the president, and you make that person president.
Imagine they're like, all right, new president is, and it's like, Bobby, whatever.
Right.
And the guy's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's got a.
No, listen, no, I'm not even running for this. No, listen, no, I don't want to do this.
No,
Come
you're
on, Bobby,
man.
you're the president. He goes, no.
Yeah, you got to. Okay, so you graduated high school, you went to college for a little bit, you hold a steady job, you got a good family. Okay, boom, you're president.
He's like, I don't know, hell no. Oh, hell no. Get off my property. Presidency should be a sentence, and everyone should be eligible every 4 years for a 4-year sentence.
Listen, the greatest presidents we've ever had are presidents who weren't working for themselves, who weren't trying to build themselves up, right?
Yeah.
So you got Washington, who didn't want to be president, right? You've got Lincoln, who was killed, but he, opened up the White House and was really trying to make things fair for as many people as possible. And then you got Reagan, right? Who I'm telling you, firsthand experience. I've been to Reagan's ranch many times right after he died. That dude never updated his furniture. He had 1960s furniture in his place. It wasn't luxurious. It wasn't, he was just a man of the people, and those are the presidents that we need, man, woman, whatever.
We need to stop with these dynasties too. Like, you need to stop. And just because you change your last name doesn't mean you're not still a dynasty. Sorry, Newsom.
I don't know what that means.
Newsom is like, okay, a lot of these, if you can actually track back, a healthy portion of our current political elite are Nepo babies, and they have different names because they come from like married into or cousins of or whatever,
Well, of course, because you're going to get into the company business. That's how it works. So.
Right. Let's finish this.
Let's keep going.
If you really want to know, all of politics boils down to money, I think. That was really good. And even on there,
You already said the ability to raise money to win.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
It's
You know
about
what that means?
Yeah, we just talked about it.
No. What he's saying is that the people who follow Trump aren't going to get the money from the BlackRocks.
Right. Vanguard, BlackRock, Mesa, right.
So if you want to know who's running the country.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, hold on. I've been saying that for like the last year.
Well, I mean.
And by the way, why is it that these companies have supervillain names, dude?
BlackRock is
welcome to BlackRock Financial, Vanguard, Mesa. You're like, you're the name of your company. But the name of your company is literally the name of the antagonist in Half-Life. I'm like,
it's been this way since Rockefeller and Carnegie.
It's so crazy though. Like you're
different.
The name of your business sounds like an evil corporation.
It does. That is hilarious. Although Mesa is the way you said it. Mesa is a plateau. Okay. But
but isn't there a company called Mesa?
I don't know, but Mesa itself doesn't sound like a supervillain to me. But BlackRock.
Oh no, but that's the reason it sounds like a supervillain is because in Half-Life, the company in charge of that that ruined the world was Mesa. I'm Black Mesa. I'm waiting for a company to come out like, "Hi, we're the Umbrella Corporation. We do finance."
Umbrella would be hilarious.
Oh no! You're investing in pharmaceuticals? No, stop it.
That'd be great. No, but seriously, they've been doing this, Brian, since first companies, since Standard Oil, since J.P. Morgan, all of these initial giant corporations that were built in America on the backs of people who didn't have minimum wage. Right. They controlled and influenced all the politicians. You didn't get elected, and that's why we need to stop allowing people to donate to campaigns. The way you run money is you use a government fund, a general government fund, right? And everybody gets an equal amount of money from the government fund, and that's what they use to go out, and that money goes back into the economy. It doesn't come from the BlackRocks, the Vanguards, and for people who have an agenda who want to control the country. It's literally common sense. It's so idiotic and basic that I find it hard to believe that everybody doesn't go, "This is ridiculous," and we have to make a change. The problem is the people in power don't want it to change because it keeps them in power.
Here's one way to change it without changing that, because that will never happen. How about all donations are public?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. BlackRock doesn't give a shit if they gave $1 billion to Biden. They don't care because it's beyond the point of it mattering.
I know, but they're never going to change it.
They're giving all this money.
They're never going to change that. But a big thing they're hiding behind is that there's so many anonymous sources.
Who's going to report on them? The media? No. Who's going to listen to Fox? Nobody. The problem is that it doesn't matter. You need to stop it.
How about this?
Stop when
you're voting or any time that they're speaking, there's a little dial that says how they're funded.
It doesn't matter
because they're not going to know how. They're not going to turn off the funding, Shane. So we need more information.
You have to. It doesn't matter. I understand. More information will not allow any. It doesn't matter if the media is in one pocket and they're not going to report honestly for everybody. Then it doesn't matter. Right now, we know things that they shouldn't be this way, but they are, and we can't do anything about it because you and I are two people.
Right.
That's the problem.
That's true.
So you own the media, you own the world.
Right. Yeah.
They've done it.
Congrats. You guys won. Good job. Good job, Umbrella Corporation. There we go.
Good job, Mesa.
Good job, Black Mesa. Vanguard. Like they're fucking
Vanguard's like, my God, we're just a fun company.
Literally super villains, dude. It's crazy when these people just decide to stop hiding it. They're like, you know what? Yeah, we're fucking evil. Like, what? Look, no. You gotta deny the allegations. No. We're bad. We're evil, greedy, and
this is why we need superheroes.
You're not gonna live very much longer after this phone call. Just so you know. Get your affairs in order, and you can tell whoever you want. We own the cops, bitch. So I don't know what you're doing. I saw that movie. I saw the pedophile things that Crowder put out, and it was terrifying. That's one of the executives at BlackRock was found in these files for this like huge pedophile website, and they're being ignored by the feds. And when the Crowder team reached out to them to get information, They called that woman, and immediately a lawyer called them. Immediately. It was like instantly. And they started shutting everything down. And then all their research on the internet started to slowly be removed. Every place they found her name in an email thing was removed. And it's terrifying stuff.
All right. Let's make people more terrified and finish this.
Here we go. Sorry, guys.
I know. All these consultants don't want their payday to end. And I don't want to make a deal with these kind of people. This is a hill worth dying on. I'm not, if they're going to steal the election to make me and our movement go away, I'm not letting them do that. I owe it to the people of Arizona to carry their torch.
I love how she's like doing her like talking points, and he's like, or. That's why she goes, look, I'm not going to let them steal the election. I owe it to the people of, she's doing like so here's one thing. This is how I know she knows she's being recorded and he doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck would she have said?
Because she is quite literally.
No, she was a
She is literally, this is her running for election. And he's like, or we can steal the money.
And how dumb is he that he doesn't see it?
Right.
How dumb is he that he doesn't see that she's sticking to her talking points? So she's not saying anything even remotely bad.
Yeah. He's like, because while she was saying, I'm going to carry the torch for the people, he's like, or, hear me out.
Or,
bro, when you're a politician and you say, I'm going to be the voice of this, like, there's no or. That's what your job is. He's like, wait, or maybe I don't do that and I just take everyone's money.
Or look, I'll just be millions of dollars. No problem. Walk away.
Here we go.
Voice.
Or you don't go away.
He's or.
This is the battles right now, Jeff.
And refill your coffers.
No, the battle is right now. The battle is right now, and we don't have time to pause on this battlefield.
You're not. You can't scratch their back. It's not afraid of you.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to offer them. And they're sitting around people that have stuff to offer them. You know what I mean? It's just, it's a back scratching club. That's all DC is. It's a big back scratching club.
Back scratching. Wait, he just said it. It's a back scratching club.
Yeah.
That's what DC is.
That's what DC is. A giant back scratching club. I'm like, what?
Well, that's true. Most organizations are. You're like, if you're not working to make it better, then you're out.
It's ridiculous.
Not saying that's good.
Ridiculous.
You're in no position to scratch anybody's back, and you've already made it known that if you get there.
Wait, what was that? What'd you say?
You're in no position to scratch anybody's back.
Wait,
I've been doing this a lot of people for a long time.
Yeah, listen, we own you. That's all I heard right there.
I scratch anybody's back. I don't scratch people's back. You know, I've been on the outs for a lot of people for a long time because I don't scratch backs. You know, where are we in 2 years if they steal the election again?
Listen to what you're saying.
It's so odd hearing. Well, however you fall on the election with stolen thing. It's so odd hearing politicians talk about it like it's just a fact. Like, listen, what are we gonna do if they steal it again? You're like, wait a minute, hold up. Are you just what? This guy during all the hearings, no one ever brought it. If he truly believes they stole the election, but yet they don't say anything. If he really believes that, I mean, he's saying it in private, so I'm assuming he does. So when all the hearings and all that came up, and not a single one of these effers supported the idea of collusion during the election, that means that he's such a spineless coward, I guess. I don't.
Well, it's not spineless coward. It's, listen, if you let everybody know that the system is rigged or can be rigged, then that hurts everybody.
Right.
There's a reason why Trump and only people who are kind of in his camp are talking about the election being rigged. Most Republicans are like, no, it was fair. So if it really was rigged, now you're compromising the entire system.
Yes,
now
that's
you're possibly
what it is.
compromising their power.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point, Shane.
Yep.
You know what? And can you please just say that again? Please say that again. But I want the
Yeah.
full breadth of the gravitas of your voice and your face.
I feel like spotlighted here. Like this.
Yeah, I know. You need to say it again. It's very important what you just said.
Okay,
I don't want to undercut it.
What did I say again?
Oh my God.
Which part?
That they can't admit that there's any shenanigans because the whole system is. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So if they were to admit that the election was rigged, then that could compromise their own power. And they don't want to do that. They don't want to compromise the ability for them to succeed. So they're going to put it under the rug because there might come a time when they want to rig the election.
That's so good. Again, we're not saying it was rigged or not. I'm just saying if it was, All right, moving on. All right, let's finish this audio. Good job, Shane. I love that.
What?
By the way, that's gonna be my ringtone by the time this show's over.
Why don't we do something about it so that we the people can pick our...
What can we do?
I'm not willing to accept that. And I'm going to be the biggest pain in these people. Go back and tell them that. I'm running.
I think it's funny, like, so she knows she's being recorded, and so she's doing her talking points, but there comes a point where she gets annoyed and she just starts cursing at the guy.
Oh, yeah. She's like,
oh,
now I got to take control here.
Oh, shit, I forgot I was recording this.
And I'm going to be the biggest pain in their...
I mean, I'm willing to tell them that.
And they're going to have to kill me
Jesus, Carrie.
to stop me.
I know, look.
This is crazy. She's like, they're going to have to kill me. They're going to have to kill me to stop me, right? They're going to have to kill me to stop me. And he goes, well, I know. Like, what?
I know. I know.
Why are you just so casual about this?
I know.
Like if what I'm saying is however you fall, if this guy truly believes there was election interference, if this guy truly believes that they're gonna kill her if she doesn't stop, if he truly believes these things, and then when you're being recorded in private, you have to assume that you're saying something that's at least mostly truthful. If they truly believe that, and he just is so casual and secretive about it, like, I don't.
Dude, I wonder if this is real and she released it, because obviously she did, just to make sure she doesn't get killed.
Oh, that's possible.
I mean, because if she died, like, most people would be like, oh, damn. And there would be this conspiracy theorist, but nobody would really, nobody would really move on. They'd move on pretty quick.
All right. Yeah. So that's the whole leak thing.
Let's get the important thing here. Carrie Lake is 54 years old, which means Brian definitely likes them older women.
I don't know what she is so attractive.
She looks so much older than 54 to me.
Okay, you guys are nuts. This is not. I know beauty's in the eye of the beholder, subjective and all that stuff. But if you do not think that this woman is not beautiful, then there's something wrong with your eyes. You need to get your eyes checked. She is gorgeous. You're crazy.
Let's go back to what you said first. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
No, but there's objective beauty, but then her face is symmetrical. She has all the classic, beauty, specific dimensions and check boxes checked.
Brad Pitt falls into that category. I would say probably there's very few people that fall under that category of just universally good looking.
Carrie Lake is beautiful. You're crazy, bro.
I would say Faith Hill, Brad Pitt, Halle Berry, not this person.
Jennifer Aniston.
No, I don't think so.
Well, anyways, I think you're wrong. I think Carrie Lake is a stunning woman. I don't know how this went from like this leak call to her just being.
Well, because you said earlier,
I'm not trying to objectify her.
So good looking. Yes, you objectified her immediately.
No, I wasn't objectifying. No, I was complimenting. I'm like, look, I like Carrie Lake. I don't know anything about her policies.
No, you're like, damn, that woman's good looking.
But she speaks clearly. I obviously don't know much about her because I haven't watched anything. But when I see her, I'm like, I want to see more. Look, she's a beautiful woman. Period. The end. She's a beautiful woman. Like, so it works for me. I wasn't objectifying. I'm just making a point that she's a beautiful woman.
What's interesting, Brian, when we do our shows, you are always the one objectifying women.
That is not true. That is not true. No.
You have a comment for every. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. You're a red-blooded American man.
To be fair, I comment on men too. I immediately look
true.
at all I can see is their appearance, and so I go, well, that's a good-looking man, woman, that's an ugly person, whatever. I'm commenting on what I can see with my eyes. And by the way, the creepiest segment we ever had was the whole Jennifer Connelly thing. We were like, Jennifer Connelly in the 90s. Oh, yeah.
Like one woman I finally said was attractive, and now it's creepy. But yet you talk about grannies, green women. And
it's not fair. We meet all these people.
Okay.
We meet some of these actresses, and they're so hot. It doesn't matter if they're 70 or not. They're gorgeous still. The chick from The Expanse is gorgeous. You're crazy.
There's a way to settle this. There's a way to settle this once and for all. Actress, $1 Million Baby. Hilary Swank.
This is my face right now. Like, what are you
Hilary
doing,
Swank.
Shane? Why are you spilling the beans,
Okay.
bro?
Hilary Swank, hot or not, when she was 20 years ago. Go ahead.
Hilary Swank?
Yeah.
That name turns me off. Swank. No, she's not hot. Oh my god. She's
Okay,
so
this
ugly.
was the big argument on The Office TV show. Was Hilary Swank being hot or not?
She is so ugly to me. To me. To me. No,
We're on the same page here then. This is good.
yeah,
This is
to
good.
me, I found her appalling to look at.
She has like images where she's like attractive and images like she has images where she's like semi-attractive and images where she's like extraordinarily ugly.
She looks like remember that movie Species? And there was a moment where it was like, oh, it's a
there was a hot chick
good-looking
in that
woman.
movie.
Remember, it was a good-looking movie, but then it starts to transform
Rebecca
into
Romaine?
what?
Was it Rebecca Romaine?
Right. So it goes from like a good-looking woman, and then it starts to transform into that weird alien. She looks like one of the transformation steps. You know what I mean?
She looks well. It is tough. Okay, so you got.
It looks like AI didn't get the measurements right.
You have to. Let's be fair. We got to show people this. So I'm going to send you an image of her when she was young. Okay, but don't show them the old one yet. Here's the young one coming to you right now.
Species.
Okay, there and here's a picture of her when she's older. So show the young one real quick.
Even young, she looks like.
Just put it up. Okay.
It looks like AI got like someone put the wrong prompts in, dude.
Okay, now put the one where she's older.
It's too small.
What?
Yeah, too small.
Oh, that's the one though.
It's literally 100. It's 100. No one will be able to see it.
God damn it.
Shane doesn't know how to find like good images.
I don't, and I don't want to say it because the picture I want people to see is special.
He'll always send me like a thumbnail and be like, "Can we use this?" I'm like, "No." It's a literal thumbnail, dude.
Wait, is this one? Hopefully, this one is.
Send me just send me the URL and I'll get you the right image. Don't send the image yourself, just URL.
Well, I already did it. So.
Just send me the search.
Well, it's got to be.
Oh, yeah, this one's good.
Okay,
It's fine.
Yeah. You can't even tell who's who.
Yeah.
Like which one is Hilary Swank?
Yeah. Hey guys, which one's Hilary Swank? I don't know.
Which one is it? Left or right? Come on.
You know what's funny is that she really, her face hasn't changed like at all. I feel the same way about Maggie Gyllenhaal too. As everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, she's so hot." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
And the winner of our poll: what snack was Carrie Lake eating? Or those people who were meeting together? What were they eating? 50% said Pringles. 38% said corn chips. 12% said popcorn.
Yeah, you missed something. There should be an option there for baby's blood.
Goat's milk, goat's blood.
Goat's blood. Yeah, yeah. The chick from Expanse that we met, her name is Shorey Angolashu. I can't say her name, but we met her in Vegas. Very, very nice, very sweet woman. And so she's like, what is she? I mean, she's much older. She's like in her like 80s.
Guys, I had to like throw wet water on Brian.
You don't understand.
I had to pour cold water on his ass.
Okay.
He was out of control. Like how about this one? Go ahead.
Yeah. So she's 78 years old, right? And I'm looking at this woman in person, and I'm like, I'm stunned. She's so beautiful.
He wouldn't shut up for like.
I've
30 minutes.
never look, guys.
Like he kept circling where she was standing. I'm like, dude, come on, this is.
You don't understand.
ridiculous.
I've never been this way about. Generally, I don't really care what you look like or who you are.
Yeah.
Like I care about how you treat me.
Sure.
But something about this one. Her name is. I'll show you a picture right now. Her name is. I can't say it. Show Ray. She was also super nice, which made it harder for me, literally and figuratively. Oh, yeah, she's just so pretty. Damn. Here we go.
She's an attractive older woman, but you were ridiculous.
Oh, dude, she was, and she has that gravelly voice. It's like, oh, hello, nice to meet you. And I'm like, oh, what? And she was so sweet, man. The way
Can you show a current picture of her?
she shook my hand with like two hands, and I can't. I don't. How do you even tell if it's current?
Well, because she's really old, and that's one that's probably.
Oh, this is from The Expanse. This is pretty up to date, I think.
Yeah.
That's pretty low quality. No, actually the image I was showing you, this one right here, was taken after the Expanse image. This is this is when during the interview when they interviewed her about at the end of the Expanse.
That is not what she looked like in person, though.
No, she has longer hair.
She just looked a lot older in person.
Oh, I mean, makeup does wonders, I suppose.
That's true. All right. What do we got next? Because we got to go to members soon once again.
Yeah, it's one more topic. Again, I'm going to adjust the thumbnail. Some of the stuff on the thumbnail we're going to save to Friday because there's just too much there to unpack. We were going to do them as shorter stories, but now it's like, well, instead of just Zuckerberg, it's like 20 freaking guys making bunkers. There's a lot more to it.
Yeah, you'll have fun talking about that on Friday.
Shane was like, yeah, I don't want to talk about, I don't want to spend 2 hours talking about billionaire bunkers. Good luck with that.
I mean, I wouldn't mind talking about it a little bit, but you know, I don't mind missing it either.
Whatever. So we're going to talk about you're missing out. That's all I'm saying, bro.
I read the story. It's a good story.
Okay.
Good. Zuckerberg's a weird guy, just.
It's not just Zuckerberg, though. Did anyone not find this interesting? How we're going to talk about it on Friday, but there's been 27 or so billionaires making bunkers all in sort of the same area. That's not coincidental to anyone.
How do they vote?
Democrats.
Everybody has Trump derangement syndrome, so they're building bunkers just in case. And if not, they'll turn it into a VRBO. No problem.
That's a giant bunker VRBO. Yeah, this is Zuckerberg's estate. Listen, we have all of the best amenities. We have the zombie machine gun turrets, and we have the decon chambers. It's a sprung estate. It's only going to cost you about $70,000 a night. Like, But I do get a view. No view, no sir. It's underground.
So real quick here, I want to go back to Michael Nemo. And Michael, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. Like no super chats. That was terrible. I shouldn't have said that. Number one, Michael always supports us, and we appreciate you guys. But Michael did for $5 said, look, legacy will not happen because the people in charge want the franchise for their message, not Star Trek. 1,000,000% correct, Michael.
And that's the interesting part. We always come at this from the perspective of, well, they're not making money. It can only last so long. But then you go, well, maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe the message is more important to them than the money because they already have plenty of money. They already have what they need.
They already got paid. So you remember, right? Nobody's ass is riding on the line, right? If they're getting paid and their higher ups are happy with the message, like when I was in the military, like if my boss was making bad decisions, it didn't matter. Like my rating was going to be based on whether my boss liked me or not. That was it. Right. So all I needed to do was what my boss wanted to do. So that's what's happening. If they keep getting feedback, and guess what? These CEOs, they make so much money. They don't give a shit. They get their golden parachute. It doesn't matter if they screw up the company. If they're a young CEO, maybe it matters. But these older CEOs, they don't give a shit. They're going to retire. They could care less.
That's true.
They want to get whatever's going to give them the most clout, make the most money, and then send them off in their golden parachute with the middle finger. That's what it is.
And we got 5 gifted memberships from Drew D.
Yes. Also one from Euron Falth, one from Drew D. Or did you add them all up or something?
No,
they're 1 and 1 and 1.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Euron Falth gave one. Drew D gave one. Euron Falth gave one. You guys wanted me to mention your name much times. Drew D gave one. See, this is cool. When
Chappie.
When
Thanks,
you
guys.
mentioned how important it was for memberships, they immediately started coming in with gifted memberships.
That's so
this
true.
Is why we have the best fan base.
Yeah, you guys are the best.
No Money G for 1 pop culture membership. Thank you so much. Chappie gifted a membership. You're on Falth with another one. God, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And then Drew D with a 5 and Michael Nemo for $2. Y'all gonna do Godzilla minus color? Get it? Godzilla minus color.
Oh, I see.
Godzilla's white.
I don't know why
All right.
I can't. And so on the next stream we set up, we're gonna be able to display the gift memberships. They don't show up on my system in order to display them.
Oh.
I'll make sure there's a way to do that.
Yeah, we want them to see it, and so all these people get a chance to be members. Where we're gonna go very soon, but before we go there, we're gonna do what?
We gotta talk about this alien footage we just saw.
Ooh, yeah. If you guys like the Bigfoot, if you guys like the Atlantis, if you like the stuff, Brian and I will occasionally try to incorporate that if there's interesting stuff.
And that's what I thought the billionaire bunkers was going to be, but you're like, let's talk about aliens.
It's a longer conversation.
That's true. That's true. Okay. All right. So this is alien footage from our friends at Third Phase.
Third Phase of Moon, really great. They incorporate all newest UFO stuff. And
It's
weird
pretty
things
wild.
going on.
Pretty wild here. Where is it at? There we go.
Oh,
football field in length here.
that wasn't the one I picked, but that's cool.
No, was it? Which one?
I mean, it was the one you were on, but
Oh, was it?
I actually linked you with the timestamp
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let me go there.
because I thought of you.
Footage that we're about to show.
I mean,
I
that's
appreciate
cool.
it.
This is just like a disc sitting
Oh,
in the sky.
Yeah, the one just sitting in the sky. First off, for me, that's more terrifying than like the ones that are moving. Because I'm like,
How is that just sitting there making no noise?
right, like because anything else, like, well, maybe it's maybe there's some kind of refraction, maybe it's a weird craft. But like when it's just not moving, you're like, how? How are you stationary? All right, here's the clip that Shane was talking about. Look at this thing is like slowly turning.
Right. So when I
But-
see something like this, my
And
first
finally,
thing
I'm like, finally, smartphones are producing high quality, not high quality, but decent quality footage of these aliens, alien spacecrafts. You know what I mean?
right. So my first thought is, because how things are, fake things are. So I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts. In this video, you hear a dog barking. So it's outdoor somewhere, but could this be fake, or what are we looking at here? Is it real?
Yeah, no,
Or could it be real?
No, it certainly can be fake because the quality of the footage, you can hide a lot in bad quality, and so this a good VFX artist, and I'm not tooting my own horn here, but like I'm a pretty good VFX artist, and given enough time and effort, and especially given the normal quality of alien shot footage, it's very simple. It's very possible that almost everything you see can be faked. I mean, almost everything. Like President Biden, he can do a speech, and you can be like, "That was a good speech," or whatever, and half of that could have been faked. He might not even be standing in front of the White House. It's pretty.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you can hide a lot in poor quality film. Here we go. I mean, so far, this is what I'm saying. A big tell-all for fake footage is when you have something called tracking when it comes to zooming in. So first off, the camera is moving because someone's holding it, so it's not on tripod. It's standing still.
Okay.
That's the number one thing. When you see it standing still like that, then you look at the object. Is the object moving along with the rest of the environment that is experiencing that shaking camera? Yes, there's no movement. See?
Okay.
That
You're
thing,
right.
and that thing, and then now when he zooms out here, look at the perspective. He's zooming in, he's zooming out. That thing is staying in frame. It's moving with the footage. So in VFX, there's a way to do that called tracking or rotoscoping. But even then, like there's a little bit of motion blur. It's not perfect. and you can hide it with film grain, and you usually don't see it when it's a fast clip or other things are moving around it. But this is a slow, steady shot, which means that when he zooms out like that, if that is VFX, then you would see it. You would see it like not the right size as he zooms out. It would be a little bit off. It wouldn't keep its shape.
So this spinning motion, if you can go back to where it's in tight there and it's turning, a lot of reported UFO stuff that I've seen has this where does this thing where it's like turning, like it's in a search pattern. It was reported in Brazil that the UFO ships were doing this as they were going around the town and doing this thing where it turns 360 degrees in these increments. So if you follow alien stuff, this is definitely intriguing, and by no means is it a smoking gun, but there's no technology that we're aware of that can do this like this.
Right.
Now, could it be a drone, or is it too far away?
No, so that is interesting. Perspective is interesting to us. It's a fascinating thing because we can look at this and be like, oh, well, that looks like it's far away.
Right.
But it's also possible that it's not far away, that it's really close, and it is actually just like a normal personal drone that is being controlled, and it's in that pattern. But because of the bad quality of the film and the fact that the sky is blue around it, it's very difficult to actually see the proper perspective.
Does the zooming give you any?
And see, that's what I thought too. And I did the thing, like I went back and looked at the zoom, and that the quality is so bad here because you can't see any details in the tree line. If I was able to see details here, when it zoomed out, I would be able to give you an idea or an educated guess onto whether or not how far away the tree line was, which would allow me to then say how far away that was. But there's no detail, which makes it very difficult for me to tell you what if and that usually gives it away. The zoom will give it away, but there's not enough detail.
Zooms back here, and that's. I guess you don't know how far they zoom back.
Yeah, we don't know.
Well, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below.
By the way, everyone, digital zoom makes everything worse, just so you know. It doesn't make anything better.
Well, but yeah, it's the only way to get like any sort of clarification whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a wild thing, though. This whole thing is wild. A lot of these things are really wild. All right, so another thing, too, I told you guys I'm going to show you guys my weird footage. Did you want to see that today?
Oh, yeah, you didn't show me, so I'm very curious to see it.
Yeah, it's here we go. Okay. All right, so a little information for you before we go to the member section. This was filmed at like 3:45, almost 4 in the morning. Okay.
All right.
It was.
Did you have a Panera charger?
No.
Okay.
There was no. I was going to work. So about 4 in the morning, and I'm driving down the street, and at 4 in the morning, if you've ever been at 4 in the morning, it's pretty black. It's dark, but then you also have like that light that's coming over the tree line at 4 in the morning, where it's like you can it's gonna be light in about an hour and a half.
Okay,
but you're in it. No businesses are open. There's really nothing going on. There's some cars in the street, and that's it because I live in a populated area. But there isn't a single business open, dude. It's eerie at night here because I live in a place where there's always so much going on. There's always so much traffic and people. When I go to work at like 3 or 4 in the morning, it's surreal. It's like it'd be the same thing as if you woke up and all of a sudden there was no one anywhere. It feels like that zombie movie where there's no one, But here's my experience. Okay.
What is that?
And just
it's your shadow.
Yeah, that's my shadow. Just so you guys know, my camera sucks. I have a camera that was recalled in 2016. I just never gave it back. All right, so look at the clouds. I'm pointing like you can see.
I'm like, okay, I'm looking at it.
Look at the clouds above. You see I'll use my mouse. You see these trees here?
Okay, yeah.
So these clouds, okay? Just look at these clouds because I was driving and I stopped the car to get out and film it.
Oh, wow.
Watch. Look at the lights here. You see that?
Just play it.
Look at that.
That's weird.
That's weird, right?
Is it lightning?
I don't know. Someone tell me what this is.
Go back and start.
I'm gonna back up a little bit so you can see it again. Look at that. There's like
Well, it's not
dancing
Starlink. I know we
lights
talked about
in
that.
the clouds. Yeah, my digital self here, my past self, it says these are like they look like dancing lights in the clouds. That's what they look like.
So somebody's saying searchlights.
Why would there be searchlights though at like 4 a.m. in Orange County?
If they're out looking for,
And I thought the same thing, but that's a lot of searchlights. Because they're like I counted like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like there's like 8, 9, almost 10 of these little searchlights.
so the area that Brian is in would not be prone to like a searchlight area. There's not car dealerships that would do this.
No, I
especially
live in a
this time of
residential
night.
area.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a. Well, Catella's not residential.
Well, no, Catella's not residential, but
Where
even,
were you on this exactly?
I'm on Catella and Tustin.
Catella.
Tuscatella.
Oh, okay, that's actually pretty.
I mean, there's a lot of shops and stuff, but there is nothing big. There's no malls. There's no car dealerships. There's no. Like someone said, movie premiere. There's no movie premieres or anything like that around the area. I mean, there is a movie theater, a pretty big one on Tustin and farther down the road.
They wouldn't have searchlights.
No, yeah, but our biggest movie theater wouldn't have searchlights. Sure.
I would have to say this have something to do with police. It could be like a car chase that's just far away. You can't see it. Maybe.
But why are there so many? And why are they in this one like 10 lights? Like I count just in this one pot freeze frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I only see 2. Oh, I see it now better. See, looking on the screen sucks. I got to look on the actual video. Yeah.
And then wouldn't you see some of the lights down here? Why is it only on the upper end of the cloud?
What's this light down here at the bottom? There's a light on the ground. You see that?
Wait, let me show you. Let me go back so I can tell you.
It's right. I'll tell you when to stop it. When you zoom in. Right there. That right below the trees. You see that in the tree branches?
The
right
green
there?
one? Is
No,
the green one?
Right. Yeah, it's right here between the 2 trees in the middle.
Is it right in the middle? That little
light?
tiny, like the little orb? That's like that street light or something.
Is it not pointing up maybe?
No, that's a street light. That's all. That's a street light.
Wow, that's bright. I don't know, man. That is a
bright.
weird thing.
No. You know why it's bright? My camera was compensating because it was so fucking dark outside. So the aperture went way up, and that's like this doesn't. This looks like it's like dawn or something, but you have to understand from human eye, it's actually really dark, and all I see is these like weird shaped clouds with light hitting them.
It does look like something from like a helicopter, like a light from a helicopter, but like multiple helicopters.
But like 10 of them, right? Which also, I'm not saying they're aliens. Okay, so what if it's just 10 helicopters? Why are they all in the same place? It's just crazy.
That is weird. Yeah,
I'm literally, so at this point, I am on Catella, at the intersection of Tustin and Catella in the city of Orange, and I'm looking north on Catella.
Oh, up Catella.
Yes, I'm looking up Catella, north. I'm looking north.
So on your right is the CVS or whatever.
Yeah, so to the right of me is CVS, and to the left of me is Norms or whatever.
Got it. Yeah.
And that's a very busy intersection. And so even
What time was it?
4 a.m. That's one
It's gotta be Choppers.
That's one of the busiest intersections where I live. Yeah. And even then, it was it doesn't.
Well, it's in the distance. So if you look at it, it's not close to you. It's down by probably the freeway.
Yeah, I was thinking like the Crush or something, like Anaheim area maybe.
Yeah, that's which, by the way, there's a lot of crime.
Yeah, they call it Anna Crime. This is funny.
Okay, well, there it is.
Look at all that. It's pretty rad, man.
It's cool for sure. Don't know what it is, but
so Yeah, I've shown it to a couple people, and I'm gonna figure it out. Man.
Were you anal probed?
I was but that's not what I'm complaining about. It was the fact that they didn't call afterwards. That it's a bummer, man.
It's been fun.
Yeah. All right, so we are going to the members section. We got a bunch of new members here, so this should be great. I'm gonna just need you to talk for a minute, Shane, so I can swap that over.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys coming. Of course, we're always here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday live. I know there's some people who've asked us what happened to the live streams. Just to explain again to you guys, unfortunately, we were just going to turn, after you saw the live stream from 10 to 12 or whatever we were doing, it was just going to go as an unlisted thing because it's hurting our channel actually, and we're not growing. We love having all you guys here, but we would like to add people, so we have to turn off the live streams. But we said, well, instead of turning them off, why don't we just make it part of the members? So after it runs live for everybody, it will be also available for members for rewatch, and we'll also go to the members section as well. So don't worry, we're still here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday live for you. And you can, if you miss it, you can see clips throughout the week of the segments that will be on the channel. If you just stay right where you're at, if you and you want to become a member, it will direct you, I believe, right, Brian?
Yeah, right now, if you are not a member, then it's going to become a members stream, and you can have the option of hitting that join button to see the rest of the show, or just wait for them to come out in clips, whatever you want to do. And of course, our other channel has been playing the same exact thing as a purely members stream the entire time.
Right. And so we really appreciate you guys. We appreciate the support. We just couldn't do this without you. And hopefully you come hang out with us in the member section where we actually look at what you write to us and we talk to you about the things that you're talking about. So.
Yeah. And just to reiterate, thank you, No Money G, Drew D, all you guys, Michael Nemo, everyone for giving memberships. That is huge. Memberships is how we keep this thing going. That is everything. Like super chat's great, but having the community larger, that is what's going to keep it going. We need better ratings, as they say in the TV.
Very well said.
Okay, guys, we're going. Hopefully you can join us. If not, then we'll see you on Wednesday.
Friday.
Oh, Friday, sorry.
Nothing is impossible. Just do it. Do it. Just
I never get tired
do
of seeing
it.
him like losing.
Yes, you can. Just do it.
All right, over here in the member section, as we're waiting for our Popcast Unleashed people to filter in, we have Aaron Falf over here and Greg Fox. We have all the way.
All right, here we are. We're back. By the way, no one can hear what you're saying during that stream.
No, the other people can.
No, it slowly starts to drop you way down because of the auto gain.
Oh, so
because there's like music and stuff playing, and
I see. That. So when the coffee cup's up, don't talk.
Yeah, that's the best thing.
Got it. See, I'm still learning, guys. I'm still learning. I don't know.
When you see a coffee cup, don't talk.
Although it was cool. I liked how you put your face on the coffee cup. And actually, when you did that, a lot of people spent that time and went to Twitter and actually retweeted our stuff out.
That's cool.
So we had several people who did that. It was cool.
Thank you. That's awesome.
So thank you to everyone who did that.
Coffee cups away.
Natasha Henstridge was the Species actress.
Oh, that's right.
So right. Yes, it was not. Of course, I always think that Rebecca Romaine is every sort of, skin changing creature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real quick update on the Shane face. I got Drew D's picture, but we need more. We need like at least 5 pictures in order to update the face. So 2 pictures is not enough. So we'll need 4 more in order, 4 more. Yeah.
Okay. And also let's, so we're in the members section over here. So we got Frodo Lives. Welcome. Penny, No Money G, Archmage Frey, Drew D, Jennifer Maggio. I don't know if Jennifer's actually here. It might have broken up. That's the only thing is I'm not sure who's here. I guess we'll have to, as we get more chats, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we should have probably been we need to start monitoring that chat.
Actually, it does not say members stream over here right now on the Unleashed.
It is. It's member stream. I'm looking at it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 100.
Oh, Archmage Frey, with this new batch of Paramount layoffs, do you think they are waiting for Legacy to be done at the new home, assuming a merger or a buyout? I don't think it plays into, like, I don't think Legacy plays into anybody's thoughts but Kurtzman at this point. And I don't think Kurtzman is worried about Paramount layoffs. Homie's getting paid no matter what, right?
Right.
So I don't think he's too worried about it. I think Legacy is, like we said earlier, I think it's going to be one of those things that, break glass in case of emergency. I honestly think that they realize that, yes, this could bring back old Star Trek fans, but they're not ready to go all in on that yet because Kurtzman's is selfish.
And and also, just like other things, they're probably afraid if they screw it up, then they don't have that in their back pocket anymore. They want to make sure they have something else they can rely on too, just in case they screw up a Legacy.
I think if anybody other than Kurtzman is running Star Trek, Legacy happens. The reason why Kurtzman, he can't afford to do too many Star Trek shows because they don't have enough money, and he's choosing to do Starfleet Academy and middle finger to everything else.
Right.
When I tell you guys that Terry came up with some incredible ideas for Star Trek shows and that Kurtzman just, said, nah, thanks, nah. It's because he wants to do Academy. I don't know why he has a hard on for it. I think he sees it as some sort of CW show where he can grasp a lot of people. Like maybe he's always wanted to explore Starfleet, which we all have. Honestly, what does Starfleet look like?
Sure,
we know a little bit from Voyager and TNG, but so I mean, that would be cool to explore. But frankly speaking, Legacy is the show that needs to happen. It's moving Star Trek forward.
Yeah, it's the only thing moving it forward. Like, come on, man, you're killing me.
You're on Fall gifted a membership, and he gave it to himself.
Oh my gosh, how is that possible?
I think because we're probably out of people, and this is another reason why. If it's frustrating people that
that I think that's his alt account,
right? But what I'm saying is if it's frustrating people because you can't watch the live show later after it's off, and I know for some people it is, be like, oh, I like to watch it, but I can't watch it from 10 to 12. The problem is that we get that, but we have to do it this way or the channel's not going to grow. We lost another 36 subscribers last month.
Yeah, the thing is,
just keep losing people, and
the live shows hurt the algorithm, and it's not in the standard sense that used to be before, but now it's more like when the live show becomes an archived video, like a regular video, it's being promoted alongside of the clips. And it had a head start, and it's much longer, and it just destroys the clips. And we need clips to grow.
Well, we thought that the live shows, by doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, not only giving you guys more content, but we thought doing it more often would mean more people would find us, that it would be served to more people. But what we found out was there's like a live show circle out there. Just because you might watch some of our clips or some of our shows, you may not be getting served our live show. And so there's like this intuitive lack of growth for this live show. And we weren't growing at all doing live shows. So we realized, okay, the only way to get new eyeballs to us is to have clips. So people go, oh, who are these guys? I like this content. Let me go check out their live show. And then we get more people who come in the members. And that's the only way we can grow. Because honestly, right now, as we told you before, and listen, we appreciate everything that you guys give. Honestly, we just couldn't make it work without you guys at all. We couldn't do it at all. But Brian and I put about 36 hours a week into this show, the 3 days a week. And that's a lot of time, to make, a few $100 a month. And unfortunately, there's no way we can justify to our families to work a part-time job and not be able to help pay the bills, because there's no time for a hobby.
We just need to pay for itself. Can I just pay for like the different servers we have? That'd be good enough for me.
Right. And all of you guys who are constantly supporting us, it's like, it's so incredible that you guys actually do that. But we really need more people to kind of come in so we can have the show actually be a show that's being paid for.
You could go on Fault just gave another membership. So we are in the members section, both these. So when you get a membership, you're just giving it to other members. I'm not sure how that works. Does it add like a month?
I don't know how it works. Well, One Punch Man got it. Was gifted a membership.
But he's already here. He's free.
Oh, I don't know. So, anyways, yeah, that's so like Frodo lives here. So I found your guys by your showing up in my feed. Okay, so that was cool. So I don't know what else you were watching, but Frodo, you must have been watching something or watch other live shows. So YouTube said, oh, well, this person likes to watch live shows. And that's probably how we were fed to you. But the problem is that the bulk of YouTube, they're not just going from live show to live show, or they don't watch a ton of live shows. And I got people I watch that do live shows. I never get alerted that they're doing a live show.
I never get alerted.
It's like I only get their videos. So we started to realize, crap, there's a reason why people have, and we thought this is why the Popcast exists and the Popcast Live or Unleashed exists. The Popcast Unleashed was supposed to be our live show, right?
Right. And
the Popcast was our videos. Then you got clips. So you should have a third channel, Popcast Clips. So anyways, we're doing our best, and we're just going to kind of keep going, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. You've been hanging out with us for years, so we love you all.
Hey, this is pretty funny. Can I show this real quick? It's like this Twitter video you sent me.
Oh.
All right. Oh my God. Stupid sound again. Sorry.
Just like a tiny question. Yeah. Do you think it's responsible for politicians to spend like $100 million in Iowa on TV ads, which go to mainly news stations that have lied to us for years, when there's homeless veterans out there that could use that money? When you didn't even come close to beating Trump, and you spent like $100 million in TV ad money?
Do you know my husband's a veteran?
That's fine, but I'm just saying. I'm asking
do you know that when the media doesn't tell?
Yeah, so I'm pausing it real quick. It's also something funny about that is, did you know that Nikki Haley had her husband change his name?
What?
Yeah,
he's now Haley.
No, yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you.
Tell the truth. The whole reason you put commercials on is to tell the truth because the media doesn't.
My point is, you're not going to be Trump, and
you know
all of the money you're wasting could go to better causes.
I appreciate
that would make the Republican Party actually look better.
You know what? Last I saw, it was a democracy. So we're going to keep working for a good democracy. We're going to work.
When she says last I saw was a democracy, well, democracy of who has the most money.
Well, you realize Nikki Haley represents that guy we saw in the clip with Carrie Lake. Like, she's the type of candidate that he's talking about they want.
Yeah.
Swamp candidates.
Well, which is why she has so much bloody money. Like, the amount of money that Trump spent versus Nikki is it's a fraction.
I know.
Yeah, so this is I thought this is really funny. So his name was Bill. His name was Bill. And for some reason, now his name is Michael.
What?
Right. And what happened when they asked Nikki Haley why his name is now Michael instead of Bill, and she goes, well, you know what? I don't think he looked like a Bill. So I started calling him Michael. And then from that point on, I just called him Michael. And now all my friends call him Michael.
That's fucked up. Wow.
Bro, that is so weird. Imagine if you were like, you know what, Brian? I think you look more like a Jeff. We're gonna call you Jeff now. I don't. No, let's not do that.
Talk about control, right?
Right. Oh, that was.
Michael Nemo here is. I think one of my super chats got missed. FYI, I am so sorry, Michael. You're right.
Bad,
I just went through it. It was a clarification on the Godzilla -1 thing, which he said, okay, y'all gonna do Godzilla minus color. And then he said, no, guys, Godzilla -1 is being re-released in black and white, retooled to be in black and white by the director. Can't believe you hadn't heard. Check out the trailer. No, I hadn't heard that, Michael. So thank you. That's very interesting. And I know it stays within like the framework of like Godzilla being in black and white, you know, from the old movies. But I'll be honest with you. I don't think it needs to be in black and white.
No,
like the movie is so good. I mean, I liked black and white Godzilla movies. I'm not sure, other than stylistically, it's going to make that much of a difference, you know, other than another classic Godzilla movie. But
I mean, yeah, like I'm big enough fan that if you like released you know, a steel book with like the black and white version and the artwork and all that, I would be like, that's a cool collector's thing.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, it's cool from an artistic standpoint, but I mean, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy the movie more because it's black and white.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, I mean, honestly, you probably won't. The black and white version of the Justice League, I checked it out. I'm like, I guess that's cool. I don't really want to. I don't want to watch that version, but like,
But it exists.
and I understand there is certainly an art to properly creating a black and white picture or film. It's not just a matter of like, oh, just remove the color. No. You have to like, make sure which colors are showing when and where, and there's a definitely a massive art to black and white stuff.
It's an artistry thing. If they had released Godzilla minus one in black and white, now that would have been like all the fucking rage. Like, it would have been like, oh my God, can you believe they did it in black and white and blah, blah, blah. It would have been a whole thing. But now doing it after the fact's almost like, oh, okay, we already know the movie's great.
Right.
But it would have been a talking point. Not only did they make the movie for this amount, but they did it in black and white because they fucking can.
Because they could.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Zack Snyder did the Snyder cut black and white, I was like, I think Max gave you too much money, dude.
Yeah. I'm like, you didn't need a black and white of this.
Yeah, I mean, it looks cool. It looks cool. It's high contrast. Like, it's a beautiful looking. Yeah. It looks beautiful, but I don't want to see an entire movie. I don't want to see a 4.5 hour movie in black and white. I'm good.
Avatar looks beautiful too.
Right. Yeah. Imagine if that was in black and white.
Story still sucks.
The story was just horrible. You know, that whole story, like, you know what? We have the ability to clone. It's like the technology is so readily available that we clone bodies for, you know, just to like not be uncomfortable, but we have to kill all the whales. Like, why don't you clone the whales?
That's a good call.
Because then there wouldn't be a movie.
Did we know there was cloning technology though?
Yeah, that's how all the avatars are clones.
Oh, Avatar. I'm sorry. I was thinking Star Trek 4 for some reason.
Oh yeah. I mean, so Star Trek 4, they probably could have.
Because they got cloning in Star Trek as well.
Right, but you know what? What's funny is I bet you, like, did they have enough
whale DNA?
Yeah, and did they have enough time to experiment, or was it the fastest thing to do was to go back in time, grab the whales, and come back?
Good point.
I'm not sure what were they called in the Avatar? And they weren't whales or something. They look like whales.
I don't know. I didn't pay any fucking attention. I hate those movies, man.
I hate them too.
I watched the first Avatar movie and I'm like, it's not that bad. You know, it's kind of cool. It's got like these giant blue creatures and people are like moving them around.
And they have sex with their hair.
But as soon as like it wasn't about that anymore, like it was just about those blue Navi, whatever they are.
Navi.
I just fucking couldn't stand it. I love James Cameron. I think he's a genius. But I really wish he wouldn't do 66 Avatar movies.
Yeah, he's got to stop. You know, Archmage is a good point here. Plus, the whales were clearly sentient in Star Trek 4. Cloning them would teach them whale culture and language. They'd be vegetable. Yeah, that.
Yep, good point.
But it would work in Avatar because you don't need them to be sentient. You just needed
them to exist.
You needed their brain goo or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah. So Godzilla minus one made about 100 million on their $15 million budget. So that's a 6.6x their budget. Wake up, Hollywood. Wake up.
Wake up.
Hollywood needs to remove the red tape. That's what it is. They need to remove the red tape. There's too much money being wasted. All Hollywood is like the government. It's just a bloated entity. It's wastes too much money.
Yeah, I was almost going to talk about that. There's some there's some DC news about the Black Superman movie with J.J. Abrams and David Ayer. There's some stuff going on over there. But I'm not sure how much of it is real and how much of it is just random tweets. But the point of me bringing it up is that there's so much red tape that a guy who is hired to be the head of a studio, like James Gunn, can come in and because of pre-existing contracts that predated him by 3 and 4 years, he might actually have to play with J.J. Abrams, whose contract already expired but because the project contract existed, it's a very weird thing going on where they might actually have to somehow use J.J. Abrams or at least J.J. Abrams' project in some way. And it's very odd. There might actually be a Black Superman movie, and James Gunn clearly doesn't want to, which is so weird. So it'll be some kind of Elseworlds thing where it's like, you know what I'm talking about? Like Elseworlds? Like
I do. I don't understand. I just try to wrap my head around the fact that what's the reason for having a Black Superman?
No, there's no reason.
No, there is a reason, or else they wouldn't do it.
Well,
so
I mean,
what's the reason?
There's no like canonical reason or whatever.
No, what's the reason? Why do
But
they want to make
I'll
a
tell
Black
you why.
Superman movie?
Because Black Panther, when they announced this 3 months after Black Panther clocked $1 billion at the box office.
Black Panther's an actual comic book character.
I realize that.
Superman is a light-skinned alien.
Right.
Why a Black Superman? I'll tell you. Well, I guess I'll just answer it. I mean, I thought you might answer it, but the reason a Black Superman is because, culturally they're trying to make nice.
No, and I get what you're saying, but that is also not a good answer because you already have Black characters in the Superman universe that are extremely popular.
But even whether that's a good answer, it is the answer. You're right. It's a terrible answer. Why would you want Michael B. Jordan to be Superman? Right. So that way,
because he just made $1 billion for Marvel.
Well, he's not the reason why they made $1 billion.
No, he's not. But
no,
I'm sure there's draw there. That announcement, Michael B. Jordan's going to be Superman. Because
they want to bring, they think, well, we can get every, Black person in America to come watch this movie. That's why.
Yeah. Then you should have announced Michael B. Jordan as Steel.
No, it's not the same. That's why they are doing it. Now, it's not because it's right, because it's not right. You shouldn't race swap any characters because you think you can get them to come watch a movie. At some point it has to be more than about, how much money can we make? There has to be some sort of like morals or you have to have some sort of basis for how you operate, some scruples.
Right.
But Hollywood has none.
No, they don't. You know what's interesting? In Superman and Lois, they actually did do the Steel character working alongside Superman like they do in the comic books, and he was badass. Super cool character.
Black Adam could have been the next Black superhero.
I mean,
could have been the great Black superhero.
Is Dwayne Johnson Black?
No, but Dwayne Johnson probably shouldn't have been Black Adam.
But Black Adam wasn't black in the comic books either.
Oh, he wasn't?
No, they didn't call him Black Adam because of the color of his skin. They called him Black Adam because
I get that, but wasn't he actually black?
No, he wasn't. He was like,
was he white?
No, he looks actually a lot like Dwayne Johnson, like his skin tone. He was like Iranian or something like that.
Oh,
Egyptian or something like that.
Right.
He was like a Middle Eastern flavor.
Oh, Middle Eastern. Yeah, well, that's closer to black than white.
Maybe not. Dwayne Johnson looks like he pulls it off. It works.
No, he looks the part great. But I've just figured if you wanted to have a black superhero, if that's your point, you need somebody who's on par with Superman. That's right. That's the problem. The problem is there's no black superhero that is in the zeitgeist like Superman is. That's why they keep race swapping people.
Martian Manhunter is black, and he's super powerful.
Martian Manhunter isn't as big as Superman.
He's not as popular, but he's as powerful. Black Adam is not as popular, but he's as powerful. Almost no one's as popular as Superman. Superman and Batman are like top tier.
That's true.
So like, I don't know, like you have characters in that universe like Steel, who literally has the S on his chest, and his story is amazing. Like
Steel would have been a good one.
An amazing character who's trying to protect the world because he lost his daughter. It's such a genuine hero. It would have been powerful to make that story, and it would have cost less than Superman. I don't know. It's weird.
It's tough. Look at Chappie. That's racist, Shane. It's funny. My kids are so funny. I'll be like, kids, what's that guy's name over there? Which one? The black guy right there. My kids, you said black. I'm like, hold on, slow your roll here. Have we gotten to the point where we can't say that somebody is either black or white?
Yeah, we can't qualify based on appearance. Like,
you can't be like, you don't know who I'm talking about. It's obviously the black man over there. Oh, the guy in the red sweater. Oh, what are we doing here?
Did you see
easier? Take the thing that's most obvious about a human being.
Right.
If you're in a crowd of black people and there's one white guy, it's the white guy.
There was a Mad TV sketch where the cops were talking to like one of the Portlandia kind of characters. Like, yeah, can you describe the person who broke in? He goes, well, he was wearing a nice wool sweater. Okay, well, about how tall I was? He goes, well, like probably taller than me, but maybe not as tall as you. And he's like, well, like approximately. He goes, taller than me. He's like, okay, well, what do he look like? He goes, well, he had a nice cardigan wrapped around his sweater, and he just refused to give any actual qualifiers. Like, well, what was his eye shape? He goes, like eyes. I'm like, come on, bud. Because the guy didn't want to be,
because he was black.
Because it was. And what's funny is the whole time the audience thought it was a black guy, it actually ended up being an Asian guy.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
that's funny. See, that's actually hilarious.
And that was funny. So like the guy didn't want to be the racist and say what he looked like, but then when they caught him as an Asian dude, he's like, "Damn, it was an Asian guy."
It's funny because like these racial stereotypes doesn't make you racist.
No,
we got to remind people that racism is about hate. It's not about categorizing people. We have to categorize people. We're all different. If you're going to categorize me, I'm a fat old white guy. That's me. That's it. That's how you're going to categorize me. It is because that's when you look at me, that's what you see. And everybody's going to be in a category. Racism is about hate. Do you hate somebody because of the way that they look or they are, or that's it. Really, honestly, the word is really disgustingly thrown around.
Yeah, and I don't hate anyone because of the way they look. No,
it's stupid. Why would you hate somebody with the reason of the way they look?
I hate people based on the way they act, and sometimes based on the way they talk. Like Gilbert Gottfried's voice bothers me.
Well, it's supposed to.
I don't hate him, but it bothers me. And on that same note, Maggie Gyllenhaal's voice bothers me. It has like this undertone like this, where
her face bothers me.
It feels like maybe her tongue is stuck in the back of her throat, and you're like, why are you fucking talking like that? Open your mouth, dude. And
she's got a weird face, dude. She looks like she's made of plastic.
I'm the wrong person to criticize the way someone speaks, considering I have like 3 speech impediments. But dude, you are a Hollywood actress. Why are you talking with your tongue on the back of your throat? It bothers the shit out of me. I can't handle it.
Yeah. Archmage Frey has, as Patrice O'Neill used to say, that's racial, not racist. Yeah. It's I mean, look, it's real. Race is a real thing, guys.
Oh,
it's not imaginary.
August TV says, Shane's right. August TV says the Rock is half black, half Pacific Islander.
No, he's actually not. He's
not.
He is. I know that's actually gone around a little bit, but he is. Well, he might actually have a little bit black.
When it was like, no, you guys are all wrong. I'm Jewish.
Sorry.
Like, what the?
I'm sorry. This is hilarious. I just got The Rock and Tua mixed up, which is weird because they're totally different. The
Who's
Rock
Tua?
Tua is small. Tua is the quarterback of my football team.
That's right.
He is Samoan.
Oh, Samoan. That's right. He does all this Samoan stuff. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so he's Samoan because somebody said, "Are you Hawaiian?" No, he's from Hawaii, but he's Samoan. So The Rock, his dad was definitely Samoan, but he also did look black.
Michael Nemo says everyone except Hillary Swank, apparently. Thank you, Nemo, for doing it. That's great. Brian does anyone except Hillary Swank. I never even really thought about Hillary Swank until Shane asked me if she was attractive. Oh my God.
It's from The Office, which I thought was hilarious. It's one of the episodes where like, how do you?
If you generate images like on AI, she literally looks like before the image is complete, like one of the steps where it's like still trying to figure out the face.
Right. Okay, so you were right. It looks like on his father's side, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, his father Rocky Johnson, is African Canadian descent. That's stupid.
No wonder why he's so nice. Oh!
No, why I don't African Canadian. I mean, listen, I hate the whole like African American. Like you're African. That's it. Your ancestry is from Africa. Okay, maybe you live in Canada or something, but it has nothing to do with the color of your skin.
Yeah, we got Irish descendants, and and German or whatever. Like, or Shane does. We're not saying like we're Irish American. I'm Mongolian American.
Rocky Johnson is of African descent, and he's from Canada. That's what it should say. Hailing from Nova Scotia, Canada, the Johnson line connects back to the Black Nova Scotian community, where Black loyals and freed slaves settled. Okay. What about his mom? On his mother's side, Dwayne Johnson ethnically is deeply tied to the Pacific Islands. His mother, Ata Maiva, comes from a Samoan heritage and is known for their strong sense of community. So he's Samoan and Black. So whoever said that,
that's cool.
Is correct.
Shabby says, Brian, The Rock, is he hot?
August TV 123.
I think he is hot, Shabby.
I do. I used to not like him.
Yeah.
Like when he was in wrestling, I didn't like The Rock at all.
He annoyed me. Yeah.
But the moment I saw him in movies, I just fell in love.
He's so friggin' charming. It's crazy. I think he's so good. Like, and when I say someone's hot, I'm not saying like, oh, that person's hot, I want to have sex with them. I'm just saying like, subjectively, that's an attractive person. Although I don't think I'd have sex with The Rock, but The Rock would probably have sex.
The Rock would have sex with you.
Right.
Right. You're right. You wouldn't have sex with The Rock. No. He'd make sure of it. That's great.
You remember when we met Shaquille O'Neal? You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys,
Brian.
Does everyone know who Shaquille O'Neal is? Shaquille O'Neal is famous. He was a Lakers player. Huge, very massive black man. Also actor, not a very good actor, very, very, very nice guy. And we met him somewhere, I forgot. But he when we first went to go shake this guy's hand, this is what it was like. How can I illustrate this? It was like this, okay? I put my hand out, and he puts his giant hand out, and just like, he's not even holding my hand. His fingers were holding my elbow. And like, his hand just totally engulfs my arm. And it was like, great to meet you. And I'm like, oh, good to meet you. And I'm like super intimidated because he guy's like 9 feet tall. And super nice guy, having a conversation. On the way out, he goes to give me a fist bump. And I see his fist coming to me, and I flinch.
Well, he is 7'2", bro.
He's so big. He's like, fist big. He's like, yeah, man. And when I see him moving his fist, when you're that big, you should just hold your fist out. Don't let them come to you.
Let them. Exactly. There's fear there.
It was so nice guy in the world. I mean, super nice, but so intimidating. Same with that guy Debo from Next Friday. I met him when I was playing a show at the Liquid Lounge, and he gave me a hug. This is before COVID, obviously. And he goes to give me a hug, and he's also insanely big. And like he felt like a child being embraced by his father. Like this man, he can just decide that I would die at that moment, and there's nothing I could do about it.
Well, I'm a big guy, I'm 6'1", and in my prime, I weigh about 250 to 275, somewhere in there. But when I met Goldberg, I felt like a child.
Yeah, because he's gigantic, right?
He's just a mountain of a man, and I'm just like, my God, I felt like a child. I took a picture with him. And this funny, it looks like a dad-son picture.
Right.
It's just ridiculous. I'm like,
I got to remind
huge people.
We got to get better at this. We never take pictures with people we meet, like ever.
Well, I feel weird.
I feel weird about it too.
I feel really weird saying, hey, you mind if we get a picture together? Because to me, that says, what does it say? It says, I'm just a fan. And I am a fan, but I also want to be able to have like a good, a regular person-to-person conversation or a business conversation without making it look like I'm a groupie.
Right. And to your point, though, we have a lot of context in our phones from from people that we've never even spoken about, probably because we don't ask for pictures. Like, I don't have a picture. How long did we worked with Orlando Jones for a while? I don't have a single picture with Orlando Jones, and I spent hours with that dude.
I know, but like,
but if I asked for a picture, would he have worked with us afterwards?
No, he would have, but he would have. I'm going to say this the wrong way. The moment you say, "Can I get a picture with you?" even though this may already be true, maybe they already are in a more power play position than you are. The moment you do that, you immediately set who's in charge and who's not.
That's true. Yeah.
And so the moment you give that up in a situation where you're like, where you say, you know, I want to take a picture, what you're saying is, you know, you're alpha, I'm not.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And I don't necessarily want to be alpha over people in Hollywood or actors or people that I meet, but I would like there to be a mutual respect. And I feel like it's almost impossible to have mutual respect for somebody when you're trying to have, now, if I'm just meeting somebody on the street, like I got a picture with Goldberg because we weren't in a sort of business relationship or trying to do something together. It was just, I'm a fan and you happen to be on the ship and we're together. So that's cool in those situations. I don't mind at all. But when we're doing business with people, I don't really want to take a picture.
I accidentally ghosted LL Cool J when he texted, and then after that he texted me like 3 more times, and I was asleep because my crazy sleep schedule. And since then, I've had a pretty cordial relationship with him. And I'm in my mind, I'm like, was it because I accidentally ghosted him? Is that why he kept my number? Maybe he kept my number because I ghosted him or something.
We also have to have something they need.
Right.
There's definitely an element of that.
Yeah.
No Money G, I love this. I got a picture with Shane. He asked me because I'm just a peon. I was like, when I realized it was No Money G, I'm like, oh my God. See, that's the difference. Like if Orlando Jones is like, hey man, let's get a picture together. Right. Now that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Right. Let's get a picture together so we can, like, you know, monument this moment, this cool moment we're having together. Let's put it on film. Right. When he does that, it's like, okay, this is cool. But if I or you had been like, hey, Orlando, you mind if we take a picture together so that I can have it on my wall of remembrance? You know, it's like, then it's something different. So when I saw No Money G, I'm like, oh my God, it's No Money G. Right. Because to me, you guys are names that I see every week that
we have
up
conversations.
Every time we have a show.
Right.
So when we see your name show up, when I see you in person, you're a superstar to me.
Right. Yeah.
Like you're somebody like, I know No Money G.
Yeah.
Right. So when I saw you, of course I wanted to take a picture with you because I was trying to, you know, remember that moment.
Right.
You know, which was cool for both of us. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I think the same thing when at one of the meetups we had in Vegas, I met someone that I had only ever seen their name. And it was like, oh, that's the guy. It's cool. You went to Orlando's studio in LA, right?
Yeah. That was weird. Walk of shame to the back of that freaking studio.
Yeah. I went to the one in San Diego, and I never got to go to the one in LA, but didn't you say it was like,
it was so weird. I walked, it was a house.
It was a house
that somehow had like something dug into the ground behind it. I don't know, but I walked for a long time to get back into this little studio that was, I almost felt like I was going to be murdered.
Right.
Like it felt like I was being taken back
to like a mob den or something, right?
Yeah. And then we got there and we're like sitting there and we're like talking and he's like, man, this stuff looks great. You know, we're having a conversation and he's like, hey, so what do you want to do? And I was so uncomfortable. I was like, what do I want to do? I don't know.
I want to get the fuck
I don't know what I want to do. I'm sitting in I don't know. What do you want to do? You want to watch TV?
I was like,
you want to watch a movie? You know, I really like.
Can I be honest with you, Orlando? Are you going to kill me?
Am I a part of some?
Were you unhappy with our efforts, and are you going to kill me right now? Can you just be honest?
I was in the back.
Is this an orgy? Am I the blood donor?
I needed to get out of the house. I wouldn't have known how to get there.
Right.
I didn't know where the front door was. I didn't know how to get there.
So I never told you this, but the studio in San Diego, it's like the stylistic thing where it's the entrance, like the mud room or whatever you want to call it, is a meat freezer.
Okay.
So when you walk in, and you open up. It's literally like an old school meat freezer, and you're in the meat freezer, right? While it's it's like a meat freezer elevator thing, or whatever. But the whole thing, I'm like, holy shit! I just walked into a fucking meat freezer.
Like, I may never get out.
Isn't this the way most movies start when you're gonna die?
Oh my god, dude. August TV 123. My wife had Ice Cube hit the elevator button for us since he was standing in front of them. She didn't recognize him at the time. That's great.
That's
Ice
funny.
Cube.
That's awesome. We've worked with a lot of people. A lot of these people are actually really nice, like down to earth people, and that's what we said. Like their views often do not represent what they actually say on Twitter or whatever. But
that's true.
I think their publicists are probably doing a lot of the tweeting for them. Maybe
that's true too. Michael Nemo for $2. Brian doesn't hate anyone except Hillary Swank.
Right.
Chappie, I'm going to ask you for a picture holding a jar of pickles if I see you. Don't be offended if I ask to borrow some cash first, though.
Remember when we sent all those pickles to Fox for the Orville? That is when Seth and Tom reached out to us like, can you please stop sending pickles?
Well, it's funny because I kind of like this whole
too many pickles.
It's funny. Well, what people don't realize when we like decide we're going to get behind something, we like really go.
Yeah, we go hard.
You know, whether it's Stargate or the Orville or Star Trek. And what's funny is almost everything we've done, whether it was the Save the Gate campaign, whether it was Renew the Orville, whether it was Star Trek Legacy, we've really managed to blow it out of the water almost every time. So what you guys don't know, and we can't really talk about it here, but we've got people behind the scenes who now come to us asking our opinions about how to get something visibility. So
yeah, that was nice. That was really nice. And we can't talk about it yet.
People recognize that we have that, that's something that we do and we know how to do it. So
in the next month, we'll have more information on what Shane just said. Because there's something cool coming down the pipe for sure.
I think
something really cool.
I think so. Hopefully they pull the trigger and we get to be a part of it. So
yeah. Yeah, but I did. I felt a little bit of pride when, like, like people that are in a much more powerful position than we are. Like, so you've already done this. So let's talk about campaigns. We're like,
all right, yeah.
We're getting recognition. Holy shit!
I know, right? It's like, usually it's Trek movie going. Here's this thing. Of course, it doesn't say.
Here's a petition from some no-namers online.
Right. They don't want to mention our name, but it's there. Jeremy Schneider for $2. Pickle party.
Party.
That was some fun times, dude. We had. What's funny is we had. I think sometimes we had like 2,000 people watching the pickle party.
We had a pretty decent fan base at least for the after.
It was the first season of the Orville, right?
Yeah, the first season of Orville.
First or second, yeah.
I don't remember exactly what season it was, but like it started off slow, then it gained a lot of viewers, and then even the views afterwards were really rock and roll.
Let me tell you guys how crazy the views were back then. Some of you remember because people like Jeremy and others were there. But Gary from Nerdrotic used to, because that's back in a time when we were like hanging out and talking quite a bit, doing streams together. He's like, how the fuck are you guys getting 1,000 live views on your live shows? Like, how is this happening? Like, and a lot of people were asking that. We're like, we have no idea. So that was, think about where Gary's at now and some of these people. And there were times when we used to get a lot of live views. So.
I guess because we're talking about the Orville. I don't know.
People were very excited about the Orville, and we actually had a pretty upbeat. I mean, you were doing a lot of dancing. I think you were pretty much doing cocaine back then.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of cocaine.
And so we were pretty like.
I got my
music.
Remember there was a lot of music. We had a lot of music. It was basically a party. Now we have a discussion, but back then it was just a party for an hour. It was like before the Orville would drop, right? So it was the pre-show. We labeled ourselves like the pre-show.
Yep.
And it was cool. It was totally unsustainable as like something you could do forever. Like, first off, there needs to be an Orville for you to do that. But then also it's so much like effort to put in right before this thing. And then we would see the views. We're like, really strong, and then the second the orbital aired, it would just go down to like 3 people.
Yeah, everybody was gone.
Oh, dude, Jeremy Snyder says, I haven't attempted to kill Brian with spiky picky pickles in a while. Yeah, and that was a cool stream too when I ate this. So here's the deal. If you know this about me, I actually make my sort of side hustles. I make chili oil. I'm a chili enthusiast. I make hot sauce and chili oil and various chili and heat infused items. And I love it. It's like chemistry and cooking and all the things I like rolled into one. But I consider myself, my palate is properly destroyed. Where if I don't have chili flake in my top ramen, it tastes like nothing. I gotta put spice in everything I eat. So when Jeremy was like, "I'm gonna send you guys some spicy pickles," I thought, I'm gonna eat these things on stream like they're no big deal, because I eat chili everything, right? I'm just gonna sit there and munch on them. It's gonna be hilarious. I'll just munch on these death pickles. And so on stream, I open up the canister he sent. I eat that first pickle, and it just tastes like a pickle. But then slowly, the heat starts to build in my mouth until I can barely feel my lips. What's up? How you doing, Bodie?
He can't hear you.
Oh.
Uncle Brian says, how are you doing? Say hi to everybody. This is our member show. This is Bodie. He's my youngest kid. Good looking guy.
Yeah. I'm working on infusing Shane into Bodie so he can be the future ruler of Earth.
Bodie will be the future ruler of Earth. He's come for help.
Speaking of future ruler of Earth, you got that text, that tweet I sent you?
No.
From Doomcock?
Oh, the stay angry man is now the be peaceful man.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny. The guy who invented the stay angry, my friends, put out this tweet. It's like, good God. He's like, I'm just gonna paraphrase. Turn to religion and philosophy and try to make the world a better place every day by practicing compassion. And I was like, did someone hack your account, Doomcock?
I know, right?
What's going on right now, buddy? All right, well, we got to wrap it up pretty soon.
Yeah, we've had a great time hanging out, and yeah, I don't know what to say about Doomcock. Guy's interesting.
Yeah, and by the way, we don't know Doomcock, so
nobody knows Doomcock.
No one knows him. Even Mike, who spends time with him before and after his stream, doesn't know him. So he's properly shrouded himself in mystery. Although I can't wait for this April 1st because I'm bringing back the Doom Glock character. 100% on is April 1st. The Doom Glock character will return.
You're going to do it again?
Yeah. It was so good. I had a good time. Everyone loved it. Tell me in the chat, you guys like the Doom Glock character? It was
good. I liked it. Yeah. He didn't like it so much.
No, he hated it. But that's a him thing. That's not my problem.
All right, guys. Well, I won't see you guys till Monday. I'm going to be actually driving to Texas, and but I'll be listening to the show on Friday when Brian's doing it. And appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. And thanks for hanging out with us. Hopefully I can get this Voyager doc to Brian here pretty quick.
Yeah, I need that. I need it. Really need it. Son of Shane.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, guys, we love you so much. Thank you for supporting us. We'll be back on Friday. I'm sorry, I'm mumbling there. We'll be back on Friday. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for being here, hanging out with us, talking to us. And yeah, share it out. I think this Friday is going to be a great show. We got some topics today that we didn't get to cover that I'm really excited about. And there might be a movie on the docket. But it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a party. It's going to be a party. All right, guys. We'll see you guys then. Thank you so much. And look out for the clip tomorrow. It's a doozy. Tomorrow's clip is a good one.
Yeah. We should have 2 a day coming out. So
love you all. Have an awesome, awesome day. That's it.